Go ahead. Welcome, everyone, to Afternoon Delight, a podcast with the boys. Only one boy here, but the other boy just walked in the door. Yes, he did. The Red Hot Chili Pepper Creed Roadie has joined the show. The Creed Roadie. Yes, he is here.
The Creed lover.
The Creed lover. He's a roadie. He's a roadie.
How's it going, John?
Good. I'm glad to see you. Hunter is on his way, but he sounded me. What do you think, Julian?
Oh, snap. Julian.
He was in bed. He was in bed.
He said I'm on my way, but it sounded like that was coming from the bedroom.
He's like, oh, yeah, I'm on my way.
It didn't sound like it was coming from an actual car, inside a car.
So he'll be here in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, he should be here in 10 minutes.
I got you.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
Yeah, we got Julian down there.
Julian up in the piece, dude.
Yeah.
I'm liking it, man.
Yeah, we got Julian. He fixed his bed. I said, just in case the ladies, they see it. They see he's clean, ready to go,
Ready for them to come over and mess it up.
That's right. The cougars hold daughters. What women are not cheating. I don't even know how to phrase it. Like, ladies, watch out for your moms. Is that word?
Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about.
I figured as much. But yeah, we got. I want to say before I get all into this.
Yeah,
it's like, do you guys feel like this is a controversial topic to discuss?
No.
How about you, June?
No.
Do you think like it? Because everyone, like, look, I've always been that person that is about opinions. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone deserves to share their opinion, whether that opinion doesn't agree or with you.
Yeah,
and it's for me, this feels like one of those kinds of topics where some people will be easily offended by what we feel a man should be in today's society, and I think people should understand that are watching this podcast that each one of us individually have been raised differently.
Yeah.
And we have been taught different on what a man's supposed to be.
Facts. Yeah.
And some of us may have some pretty shitty outlooks of what a man is in their life. So
yeah,
our opinions may be a little higher on what we're expecting a dad to be like, right? Does that sound about right?
Your facts.
Yeah.
100%. I didn't have a role model or someone to base that off of. So
right.
I'm literally doing this like freestyling it.
Yeah, it is. Let's sit at the big boy table. There he is.
I was gonna wear my SpongeBob Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't.
And I think, you have to even. I think you even have to take in consideration, because the outlook of what a man is going to be different, and whether your parents were born in the U.S. or somewhere else.
Yeah, different cultures.
So for me, like I'm probably all of us except Hunter have immigrant parents, correct?
Well, I don't know. Hunter, do you have immigrant parents?
No, they were both born and raised.
They're both born and raised here.
Both my parents are from here.
Oh, both your parents are from here. Okay, yeah. So all right, yeah. See, like mine, both of my. Look,
I'm not that brown. Right?
I was just like,
hey, I took a shot.
I know.
Shot in the dark.
So we're all half and half, right?
Yeah,
we're half and half right now.
Yeah. So for me, both my parents are born in Sicily, so they came to America. So the way they were taught to raise us and what a man is going to be a little bit different than what was going on in 1965 when my brother was born. So yeah. So we're going to take that into consideration as we go through. Like, again, we're not trying to offend anyone out there. These are our opinions and what we believe. Like I said, everyone has a right to an opinion of what they consider a man to be. Whether it goes with your line of thinking, that's up to you. I mean, everyone's a little different. So with that being said, say hello to Hunter. Hunter's here.
What's going on, man?
Long time late.
It's okay.
Dude, I just showed up. It's all good.
Yeah, he just showed up.
Hunter, did you just wake up?
No, I woke up at 1:20 and I thought to myself, like, all right, I'm ready. I got up early. I got this. And then immediately fell back asleep.
Yeah,
there you go.
It was a bed call. It was a bed call. We were trying to guess whether you were going to make car sounds from your bed, like vroom, vroom, vroom. Beep, beep, fuck you, fucking get out of my way.
Man, the traffic is crazy.
It's crazy out there. That dude didn't even use his turning signal.
When I pulled up, I didn't see no one's car out there. I was like, dude, I don't even know what day it is right now. So
yeah.
I was like, is this the right day?
Yeah, it's Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
All right, this podcast segment is how men's roles have changed and what it means to family values. Keep that in mind, family values. Over the last 50 years, the role of men in society, especially within families, has undergone a major shift. But here's the big question: is that shift good for family values? So we're going to kind of dive into family values at the beginning, because I think there has been a little bit of shift on how each role of the parents have changed over the years, and from when my generation grew up and how my mom and dad went about doing their daily stuff, what it's like today. So a big significant change in there. Back in the day, being a man came with it was a clear script, guys. It was a clear script. You worked, you provide, you kept your emotions in check. That's one of the things I think. You weren't allowed to show emotion. You know, you weren't allowed to cry. You weren't allowed to hug your kids.
That's wild. Man.
You had to hit him for not grabbing you a beer.
That's right. You had to tell your kid
your beer pitcher.
Why are you crying? Nobody died. Those are words I learned from my dad. Why are you crying? Nobody died.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm like you said back then, it was you're the breadwinner.
Yeah.
You know, most likely why your mom stayed home. She's yeah. So
yeah, and I mean the dad's role was to be this strong. It was to be Superman. Really, I mean it was, and with most of us, like our dad was our superhero. Yeah. He was basically your first superhero. Hey, you know, did you see a lot of them? Probably not. You know?
Yeah, I barely saw my dad. Like I was out there saving the world, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess.
Grabbing cigarettes and saving the world.
He was out there saving all the hot moms or some shit. I don't know.
Oh yeah, shout out to all the hot moms. Before we start the show, shout out to all the hot moms. Yeah, so I mean, the authority in the household was on him. He was the authority. It's the common phrase that I grew up. Wait till your dad gets home. Like, did your mom use that one?
Yeah, my mom was a stay-at-home mom for like the first 7 years of my life, and it was always wait till dad's home.
Oh wow,
dad gets home, man. How about you, Julian? Did mom use wait till dad gets home?
Oh, my mom punished me as well. It was either one.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, my mom didn't wait for my dad to get home because she did all the ass whooping at the house.
There you go.
Art, did mom say wait till dad gets home?
No. That would have been really wild for her to say because I would have just been sitting there.
You would have been
fucking
when he comes back from buying that.
He's actually still waiting. He's still
to this day, Art's still waiting to be.
That's why I'm such a troublemaker, man. Yeah. I think because I'm still waiting for that ass whooping or what.
I thought about this one too because I know everyone's different, but I feel like the people that I had met that were raised by single parents and usually the mom have been pretty stable fucking people.
Really?
Yeah, like they have more empathy. They are more caring. They are more forgiving.
Wow.
Of mistakes. And it's just something that I've noticed over the years. For me, I grew up in South Philly in an Italian neighborhood.
Yeah,
everybody was married. There was no divorce. They hated each other, but they stayed together. So I was never around anyone that was ever divorced until we moved to California. And then I realized, well, wow, where's your dad? My parents are divorced. And I was like, okay, that's weird,
Well, I wonder what it was that had to do with that. Like, was it all like? Did you say? I'm sorry. Did you say they were like Italian people, or what were they?
I don't know. I think it's more than Italian. I think
even they were Catholics, probably.
Yeah, Catholic. I think the Catholic faith has a lot to do with it. You just deal. You grind it out, and you deal with it, and you just keep going. Whether you hate, you're 65, 70 years old, and you still hate each other, but you know what?
Yeah, man. I think that kind of I think that stuff's kind of cool as long as obviously that no one's getting hurt, no one's getting
exactly
physical. But I think
physical.
It's hard nowadays, man, because you could that's just the norm. Like you could just leave.
Just leave.
Yeah, dude, you can leave and not people break up all the time, and some people try to do the co-parenting thing, and I think that works, and some people they just leave.
The co-parent thing, I think, is it shows some, if both parties are willing to do it the right way, I think it can work, and you can have a stable environment for a child to grow up and still have the understanding of what a man's role is and what a woman's role is. Don't hate me, internet.
The whole role thing, man. I get really confused about that as well. But I grew up in a different time. My mom did everything like you said, so there wasn't really like, like the dad's the enforcer, or the dad's the one that makes the money.
The enforcer,
right? Yeah. So it's like it's anything. Anyone could be anything, man. You want if your lady's the one that makes the money and you're the one that stays at home, what's the big deal? Someone's out there making the money and someone's at home taking care of the kids or taking care of the house. Like, it don't really matter what gender you are.
Yeah. And you're right, Tracy. I mean, life was a little easier with one income back then, but that doesn't take away from the desire for, let's just say, for a woman to say, hey, man, I don't want to stay at home. I want to go out and get a job. And they couldn't.
Yeah.
They couldn't even get a checking account.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
My wife went through a lot of that when we first had our kid. Like her aunt was asking her, like, so you're going to stay home? Like, you're going to be a home mom, right?
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. Mentality is just
and your wife, at that when that question was brought to your wife, she was already in college, correct?
She had done a little bit of college. She
even a little bit.
Yeah.
She showed desire to get not a job, but a career.
Right. Yeah.
And
definitely.
yet you have another person telling her, oh, hey, maybe you should stay home. Be a good mom.
And she, God bless her, man. Her aunt, it was just trying to, the way she was raised, the way she grew up, the way she did things.
Right.
So she was just asking her those kind of questions.
It's crazy because you're like, and I'm assuming your aunt had a pretty good life. So there's
it was her, it was her aunt. Her aunt.
So that's the selling point. It's like, look what we have gotten done because I stayed at home and my man went to work. You know, and it's just like, okay, how do you argue with those stats? It's like, wait a minute, she's got a house, a checking account, got a new car. Life is good.
Yeah.
Maybe I should stay home.
Like that was also like 20 years ago, but
post COVID.
Yeah, way post COVID. But like Tracy said, man, one income is not sufficient enough now.
Hell no.
Because
Hunter,
Mike
up, bro.
Mike it up, boy.
Even when I was a kid, one income wasn't enough because my mom was stay at home, but we were constantly just racking up credit card debt because she didn't have an income.
And it's like, oh, get this credit card. It's 0 interest for 12 months. And then we'll roll everything on over there. And you constantly keep doing that. You're laughing, but...
No, I was laughing at what Bertha was saying. Because I honestly had that in my mind, too, when I said it. But I was like, whatever, it's cool. I don't got to be saved. I got myself.
You can come save me, Bertha.
Bob 2.0.
Yeah. Let me get. It also creates distance. Okay, let me get back.
Hold up.
And while the structure creates certain kinds of stability, it created distance, emotional and sometimes physical, between the father and their kids. And I get that. And again, let me bring this up in the fact that my parents were immigrants, so they came from Sicily. My dad, I didn't have a catch with my dad. I didn't play basketball with my dad.
Really?
No.
It's all that stuff's false.
None of that. That was not important to my dad. My dad, I got my work ethic from my father. Work.
Yeah.
Show up. Go. Every morning, say hi. What's going on? But my outlook of what a man was him. And that was, you go to work, you do your job, you come home, you pay your bills, relax, ladies. Dinner was always on the table when he got home. You know what I mean? So that, in my mind, when I think of what a man is, that's him. There was no, hey, how was your day at school?
Damn, your dad never did that?
No.
So all these TV dads are lies, huh? They're liars.
Yeah.
Bro.
Well, again, it depends on where your folks were born, and the way things were in Italy. He grew up on a farm. He's the oldest boy.
Yeah.
So he basically worked his butt off from the moment he could walk and do things. He worked on the farms because he was the oldest one. So the oldest boy.
Yeah.
So, his outlook of what his responsibility was to go to work every day, make money and pay his bills, and occasionally go to church on Sunday with the kids, and that was about it. So I didn't get like, okay, I got to learn he didn't teach me how to throw a ball. He didn't teach me, he didn't even teach me about the birds and the bees, man. That was
did he teach you how to shave?
Nope.
Damn. Did he teach you how to tie a tie?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, he taught me how to tie a tie. When it came to the clothing, that was it.
Okay.
And like one of the things I grew up with him teaching me and about girls was the fact that like you have to know how to dance. That was like big for us, like us boys. You learned how to dance, and that so we learned this is how you dance, this is how you hold your hand. So it was important for us because he loved dancing, he loved music.
That's awesome.
So fast forward to today, men are more likely to be involved in raising children. Oh, God, God help us. God help us.
Hell yeah.
Doing household chores.
Yeah.
And even staying home while their partner works. More dads are showing up at school events. What is wrong with these dads? Are they showing up because they want to see the hot moms, Art?
That might be the strat, honestly.
For my case,
cover.
Go ahead, crack one of those open.
Crack it open.
My wife's a teacher, so obviously the days that she works are the days that my kids are at school.
Right.
So there were times where I had to be the guy who was there, and being that I had daughters, they had like events like daddy daughter dance.
Mm-hmm.
My kids' school had like mother and son like brunching, and I was like, well, I wish I could just sit there and eat brunch. Like I got to be on the dance floor, but
fucking hard shaking his
I didn't have a son, so they should have had a lot more stuff that was. Jason, shut up. I don't even know this kid.
Arms wide open.
Arms wide open.
But yeah, man, like I think that shit's cool, bro. I definitely I had to, in my experience, I had to show my daughters what a good guy is gonna be like.
Hell yeah.
I don't want them to fall for some random, dude who's gonna, possibly treat them like shit. Possibly show them the most surface level love there is. I wanted to show them like, like you gotta be like as good as my dad or better, So
yeah,
I had to show up. I couldn't be greedy anymore.
Did Mr. Art change diapers?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. There you go.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you did that too.
That first one's scary as fuck. You're like, where'd those colors come from? Why is this poop this color? I know what I put in her. I know the food that I gave her.
Yeah.
How did this color come?
I've been like spit up on like thrown up on. I've been shitted on. I've been peed on. And then I had kids. No,
I was gonna say, was that by choice or?
That was awesome. He paid good money for that. He paid good money for that.
Fun night, Art.
Yeah. That was, and then I went to high school. No,
wait, that was all one night. Damn.
Yeah, man.
Here's one too, and again, I didn't have the privilege of having these emotional conversations with my dad. I didn't have those.
Yeah.
I mean, did you grow up with that? I'm gonna go over to Julian first. Did you have like those? Did you have emotional conversations? Again, Julian, you are 25.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you are late Gen Z, correct?
No, I'm 2000s, which means I think on the earlier side of Gen Z.
Yeah, shout out to the 2000 babies.
2000 babiys.
Yeah, because I think it's 1999, right, where it switches.
Yeah, I think we did it, and I think it's 1997 to 2012.
Yeah, so I'm pretty early in the Gen Z.
Yeah. Oh, so you're early. Yeah. See, wait, that's Gen X. I didn't say Gen X. I said Gen Z.
At least like with my dad, if I'm going to be honest, when I was younger, it was no emotion. As he got older and more frail, that's when I started to see more of that. Yeah. And I've probably seen my dad cry more in the last couple of years than I did growing up at all.
Yeah.
And how did that make you feel?
It more comes from places of like, because my dad's getting old and he's sick. So it more comes from like him wanting to make sure, like basically telling me that I need to take care of like my siblings and my mom and stuff like that.
Yep.
Well, like how John was saying, he looked at his dad like Superman. So for you to see your dad in that vulnerable state, how did that make you feel? Like, did that make you feel closer to him, or did that make you feel like, oh shit, like he's human, or what?
Me and my dad have a complicated relationship because he wasn't the best when we were younger.
Okay.
So I mean, I get where he's coming from, but like I do tell him like I got it, like I understand, like because the way that he raised me, I know what I believe a man should be. Yeah. So like,
was your dad? Was he Gen X or was he a boomer?
1974. So what, Gen X?
Oh, Gen X. Okay.
God damn. That's Gen X. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's Gen X. More of a free spirited. Yeah,
your dad is 5 years older than my older brother, which is a trip.
But. Yeah. So, but he's a Gen Xer from the U.S.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's me. That's me 100%. So I'm sure he raised you exactly like I raised you. Put some dirt on it.
Yeah. But we're all just evolving, bro. Like you said, you had to go off what your father gave you and try to like one up that and try to better you got what he taught you and what he kind of like didn't teach you and the things you wanted to learn and know. Yeah. So when it came time for you to be a dad, you were like, this is what I'm going to do different.
Yeah. Well, I think my dad also taught me a lot of like, because he wasn't the best when we were younger, he taught me what I shouldn't be and also what I should be. He instilled like really good qualities in me, but also like, I saw things that he did that I would never do to someone.
Right.
By the end of the show, we're going to have you crying, Julian. I promise.
Probably not.
Show your show your emotional side,
bro.
Julian. Show your emotional side.
I see Julian being
How about you, Hunter? How about you? Do you have those emotional conversations with your dad? Is he one of those? And again, Gen X, dad? Gen Xer?
He's like 50 something. So
so he's Gen X. Yeah, he's Gen X. An American Gen X. I've
never had like a long, deep or emotional conversation with him.
Yeah, it's tough. Gen Xers, man, we weren't emotional people.
You have siblings, Hunter, or are you solo?
I got, 3 sisters and a brother.
Older?
All older.
All older. Like, wow, you said that like they're really older.
Well, all of my sisters are in like their 20s.
Okay.
And my brother's like a couple months old.
And Hunter, believe it or not, Hunter is 38 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he doesn't look it. He doesn't look it. But
I know. I'm actually ancient.
He's ancient.
Yeah, he's actually older than me.
As Bob says, Hunter's got an old soul.
He sure does, man.
He does.
That's why we rock with Hunter, man. He's cool.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of emotional conversations. Again, kind of in the same situation as Julian. I didn't get that until after he had gotten dementia, and then kind of brought back like his softer side. So I got to see what it could have been like if he was a softer person. But he wasn't hard on us. He told us to respect women and, never to hit a woman and work and do all these things, which were, well, I based my entire life of what I thought a man was supposed to be,
he was working and providing.
Yeah, being a provider, that was it, jump in when it's necessary. Like, and that phrase, wait till dad gets home. She never said that, really. She waited till he got home, and then he told her. So we weren't prepared for, like, we're getting ready because dad's coming home. He came home. But I can honestly say I've only gotten a whooping once in my entire life from my dad. And that was because I was being stupid. I was on a 3rd-story roof and we were jumping from building to building. And there was probably like a 2-foot gap. And this is South Philly. So there's like a 2-foot gap, an alley. And we were jumping from one building to the other.
Oh, you're trying to be Spider-Man, huh?
Oh, pretty much. And then there's one last building to jump across. But now I knew my dad was down there. He was pissed. And like, I couldn't make that jump. I'm like, the fear of getting my ass whooped, I couldn't make that. I knew I could. I could just run and jump across. I couldn't do it.
You were stuck with the fear. And
I'm getting my ass whooped. So they had to bring boards up there and lay them out so I can walk across.
Okay. And also, how old were you?
Probably like 12.
Okay, cool.
12, yeah. And then I got down there and he gave me an ass whooping. So I'm going to start with Julian. Julian, what is your definition of a man?
Matt Murdock.
I believe it's someone that's hardworking. My mom always worked, so I don't think that it means that you have to be a sole provider. But like, if something does need to get done, then you figure it out. Like, it doesn't matter what you got to do to figure it out. Like, if you have to go take out a loan to make sure that your kids can have something, then you go do that, or whatever. I think also that has to do with, like, you make sure that you take care of and protect the person you're with, and the kids that you have. Like, someone disrespects your wife, they're disrespecting you or your girlfriend or whatever. That's what I think that a man is.
Right. Hunter, our other Gen Zer.
Yes, sir.
Describe what a man is to you.
A man is a hardworking person who, if they have a family, they're a provider and a protector. And this is all what my dad kind of just instilled on me, is when you're growing up as a man and becoming a man, you have to mostly focus on finances and your career and job. And you basically try to get yourself to a point where you're comfortable enough financially to where you can become a provider for a family when you eventually get one.
Yeah.
That's what my dad kind of grew up with.
Yeah. So you're kind of like me. I mean, that was instilled in us, is just, make sure you're a good provider. The other things will come, and for me, I wish my daughter was in here and she would. I always want to hear what they.
Yeah, let's go. Where's Hope at?
Yeah, and it'd be a great conversation for you with your daughters. How they look at you, and what you. Maybe not now because they're still young.
Yeah.
But like, say 10, 15 years from now, when you're going to be in your 50s and
I'm dying.
No, God damn, dude, dying.
On my deathbed. No, I'm going to ask him tonight when I get home.
No, it's too early to ask them now.
Yeah,
let me stop that.
You think like they need to experience life a little bit more? They need to see like what other men are like, to see like,
not even like men, just how they go about life and how like the decision making as adults. Right now they're teenagers, but are they going to make decisions later on in life based on the knowledge that you provided them? You know what I mean?
Facts. Yeah.
I think that's the ultimate goal, is being a parent, is being able to instill those goals into your kids and make sure that they make smart decisions, based on what you've taught them, hey, don't refinance a credit card every 12 months, this is what happens,
I have no clue about financing, bro. I'm such a
No, but but still, like one of the things, as far as financing, one of the things that I learned from my parents in my early days of being a married person, my parents were always the parent. They never had a credit card. Because my dad always believed that if you wanted something, you worked for it and you paid cash for it.
There you go.
There was no, I need it now. It's like, if the TV broke, that's different. You go and get a TV. But my dad didn't sit there and watching TV and see, like, we get hammered with TV commercials just before Super Bowl. Yeah. And I know people that go buy fucking TVs just because they saw that commercial. I got to have a bigger TV. Super Bowl Sunday. Can I afford it? No, but I'm going to go buy a bigger TV. Both of my parents were, they didn't do that. They just saved. Like, okay, we're going to need a new dining room table. We're going to save for that dining room table. And then they're going to go and pay cash for that dining room table.
Wow.
So I don't think my parents got credit cards until like way late in their lives, to where they realized there was no way around it. They had to do it.
Yeah, there's no way around it. You got to have good credit.
Yeah, financing. And how about you? Did we do you?
What? Well, yo, pause. What? What was the question? What do I think a man is?
What is your definition of a man? What is a man to Mr. Art?
Oh no, honestly, that's my honest question, bro.
You're supposed to say you, me.
No, I don't know, man. I really don't know. I never. Well, I had like uncles and stuff, and like I had a big bro and OGs in my lifetime, but I don't know, bro. Like I understand that whole provider, like protector, all that jazz. I mean, but I think we're just so lost in the sauce of what this ideal is. Like, I'm also from that generation where like dudes aren't supposed to cry. We're not supposed to be like, like you said, man, rub some dirt on it. That's like real emotional shit. That's not just physical. That's like, oh, your heart is broken. Nah, get over that shit.
Yeah, there's plenty of fish in the sea.
Yeah, type of shit. So I myself, 40, almost 42. I'm still trying to identify what what a man is supposed to be. Because I think as men we should be vulnerable and we should be able to talk like about our feelings and stuff, because all that machismo macho shit is cool and all. Like, don't get it twisted. I'll fucking knock you out if I have to, but I'll also cry like in the corner if I have to.
After you hit me?
No, I'm just saying just like in general, like, and I think that's a lot of things that we don't talk about. Like, dude, I mean, you watch Rocky. Yeah, Rocky's all about that, dude. Like, we talking about that in Rocky, like he's gonna get emotional right now. I'm gonna make somebody cry in this.
No.
Tonight, for sure.
If Bob was here, he'd start laughing. I'm one of those guys that don't cry during movies. I don't take it in that way.
Okay.
To me, it's just another. And Bob throws out all these scenes about the Field of Dreams when they're walking through the cornfield. Big fucking deal. How about when Rudy gets to get the ball? I'm like, I don't give a shit. And then he throws in that Keanu Reed one where
he throws a speech. Yeah, he does a speech
I'm like,
about
dude,
the dead
that didn't
kid.
bother me. I didn't cry. He's like, well, when did you cry? I said, okay. The only time I've cried during a movie is City of Angels.
Yes, sir.
And that's when Meg Ryan gets hit by the car.
Yeah, spoiler.
Oh, fuck. Now I can't watch it. Now I can't watch it.
Fucking 30 years old. To me, that...
You don't watch movies, though, huh?
He loves movies.
Okay. I just want to know. I don't know.
My daily routine outside of work,
movies,
except for gaming, is just pirating movies and then watching them.
Don't say that out loud.
He means he gets on a boat and he
I sail around the seas a little bit,
and he finds it. He finds the movie.
I mean,
those fucking Caribbean.
So you're telling me? Hold on, look at me, Hunter.
Look deep in his eyes.
And Back to the Future 3, when you thought Doc Brown died, and then he comes back in the train and he has a family. He's been with the love of his life for like years. You didn't feel anything?
I didn't feel a thing.
I felt some things, but I didn't cry.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only time I've cried watching like a movie or show, it's going to sound really stupid.
Nah, dude, nothing stupid here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other than Creed.
When I was
Share your emotions.
younger, and I heard that Star Wars The Clone Wars got canceled. I cried when I found out it was canceled. And then later, like 5 or 7 years, some massive amount of time later, they revamped the show for a final season, and then I cried at the end, at the last episode of the final season.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Are you gonna? Let me ask him.
The final season. You're talking about where Ahsoka?
Yeah, where Vader picks up Ahsoka's lightsaber.
Yeah, got you.
All
right.
Well, let me go there. Let me go a little bit further. Let's go 20 years down the road. Are you going to share that story with your kids?
That I cried twice for Clone Wars. Yeah, because I'm gonna. They better be in the Star Wars.
Okay.
As soon as they're out the womb, he's gonna have Clone Wars on the phone, just showing them.
Exactly.
Oh man, I'm fucking crying right now thinking about it.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
Hey, that was one of my a younger me was like, yeah, I can't wait till my kids are old enough to watch Star Wars with me.
Oh God.
And they never did.
I'm never showing them.
I already love your daughters more now that they chose not to watch Star Wars.
But you like Star Wars, John.
They've seen it. He fucking loves Star Wars.
It's not that I love the Star Wars thing because it's
like King Arthur.
It's basically the Knights of the Round Table. It's basically King Arthur's story just in space. But
it's just King Arthur's story with cars.
I never thought about that. That's true.
Yeah,
that is 100% facts right there.
Yeah, my love for movies is storyline. Number 1, number 2, special effects, and number 3, sound. I need sound. I love you guys. I love the sound.
So he likes like the production of the
I
movie.
Need to feel it.
Yeah.
So we're going to dive in here. We're going to get a 13-year-old.
Telling you, dude, Julian Hunter be dropping gems, bro. Yeah. He said Grease is King Arthur, but with cars. And my mind right now, I'm like,
whoa, time out! I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he just said, dude, and
slipped it right under when you're like,
Excalibur is Grease lightning, dude. Like, wow, Kaneki is Lancelot. Yo, my mind is blown. I'm never gonna watch Grease the same.
You're banned. You're banned. You're banned from the Grease. All right, we are going to hear from a 13-year-old, my grandson, who is early Gen Z, and his
late Gen Z.
Yeah, late Gen Z, and he's going to give us his a description of what a man is. So here we go.
Today's subject is how men's roles have changed in the past 50 years. So I thought it'd be a good idea to ask my grandson, who is a Gen Zer. You sure you're Gen Z?
I had to double check.
I was born in that years, like that Gen Z was, so yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's a Gen Zer. So I wanted to ask him what his definition of what a man is and the role of man in society. What is your definition? What is to Aiden? What is the definition of a man?
Just like someone who's understanding, helps out, and like is there, like I don't know.
Anything else?
For like family,
he made his mom
stuff,
cry.
I would say they like help out around the house, and they support the family by going to work every day, and like, but they also have to set boundaries and like let each other grow, have time for each other, and also support your partner's dreams.
Okay. All right. That
part got my
down, dude.
The last part got me right there.
Say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
That was beautiful, bro. For real, like the youngest one of us in the room.
13, yeah.
He had to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was surprised. I wasn't surprised you could get, but hearing that, at the end where the key thing I think we always kind of forget. I think men kind of forget is about supporting the other person's role in their life, and and not shitting on their dreams and like saying, "Oh, you're never going to be a physician or you're never going to be a teacher." Give it up. So it was nice.
I remember having that conversation where like, I'm that guy that has to tell him, yo, you can't sing. You need to like, bro, you're a total dream killer. And then John's over here like, yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that shit made me really emotional. That was cool. That was a great job, Aiden.
But okay, don't you think? Oh man, the internet's gonna get mad here.
Always.
All right, look, but don't
We're still in the on the air. It's surprising.
But don't you think there needs to be someone in that nucleus, whether it's the mom or the dad, that needs to say that at some point in time?
What do you mean?
Like you're not going to be a singer, dude. Stop.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I disagree.
Like are we talking about your kids or like your partner?
your kids. Don't you think there needs to be someone?
At some point, there's got to be. You got to tell them some.
You got to be. You got to.
I wouldn't want to kill my kids' dreams.
If I dreamt about going into the NBA, I would want my dad to tell me
5'2"
ass is not going to go into the NBA.
You're the next. You could be the next Spud Webb.
See, if I was a dad, I'd be out there throwing you the ball. I'd be like, let's go, let's run some routes. We're running routes.
And that's the thing too, dude. Like, I guess there is. I kind of agree with you with John. Where like, but at the sense of like, maybe I would be like, hey, bro. Maybe not like the NBA, but maybe you could play for like, somewhere overseas. Hey, it's the same difference, dude, but
or the local league. You can play for the local league.
Yeah.
YMCA.
You try to support it as best you could, but also keep it within like realism.
Yeah. Because hey, bro, I told my kids from like when they're little, like, dude, dream and just work at it though.
Dream big.
So even, all right, man, you're not 6 foot something. There's NBA players who, what was his name? Like Spud Webb.
Yeah.
I remember Spud Webb. He was a short dude who was killing it out there. Or maybe you're not going to be the player, but you'll be a coach. You'll be someone in the front office. So all that stuff, when we think about things like that, Jason wants to be a rock star.
Yeah.
Dude, I just
and I support that dream.
With a stomach issue.
I support that dream. I support it.
Hey, you know what? The lead singer from Creed is not going to live forever, Jason.
Yeah, you might take a spot, Jason.
There you go.
Art will be there in the front row. Art will be there in the front row cheering you on.
Tuning the guitar.
I agree with what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, okay, you're going to support him in that dream, but you're also going to let him understand that there's a possibility that you're not going to be in the NBA, but these are your other options. You could be an assistant coach. You can be, front office personnel. You can be someone that goes out and scouts talent and stuff like that. I get that's a good way of looking at it.
Look what happened to George Costanza. He ended up working for the Yankees.
Art Vandelay.
He never became an architect, but he worked for the Yankees, man.
I get it. I like that. Is that cool with you too? I mean, that is how you think you should go about it.
Oh yeah,
Art and not just be like,
not just shut it down, but try to work with them on it.
Give me that ball, fucking ball. We're touching the basketball. Stab it with a knife.
There's a story about. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with skateboarders, but there's a story that Rodney Mullen, who's the godfather of skateboarding, invented pretty much every trick out there. Mm-hmm. There was a time where he gave up because his dad was like, "You're never going to do anything with this."
Yeah.
And to think that that guy gave up, that guy in particular gave up, and he said it was something in him that he gave up, but something kept calling him to it, and he was just like, no, I'm not gonna listen to my dad. And he just kept pushing and kept working, and like, look what he became. Mm-hmm. I think there's a lot of times where that happens, and unfortunately we don't get to see like greatness come from that, because when you're young you get shot down very easily. We get the mentality of like, making money, having a good job, having a good career is the important base of life. But in reality, man, I think living is the most important part of life. So, like,
with arms wide open.
You know what, man? I just heard the news today.
Yeah. He threw me off for a fucking second there. I was like, what news? I was ready to say it, and then my mind goes, dude, it's the song. It's the song. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I know that there's some dads and I that have that have shut it down. Basically, it's like, dude, you're not going to be in the NBA. You're 5'4". You're already 18 years old.
Damn.
You're not going into the NBA.
When I was younger, I wanted to get into like boxing just as a hobby.
Yeah.
Right. Just go down to the
ultra lightweight.
Exactly. As a hobby, as a thing to do. And then I told my dad, and he went on a whole rant about how my great grandfather, who was the first immigrant in our family to come here, was a professional boxer, and went through a whole story about how he decided that none of his family was ever going to box again because he fought this one guy when he first started, and then he fought him again when it was his last fight, and the guy was not the same. He was just destroyed from fighting, mentally and physically.
Yeah, boxing back in the day, dude.
I was just trying to tell my dad I wanted to do it as a hobby. I wasn't going to be professional.
Just learn the skill.
Exactly.
Yeah, just learn the skill set. Yeah, boxing. All right, hey, skull. Tequila.
Smooth.
Let me get into this.
Damn, a boxer, huh, Hunter?
Oh yeah.
I can see you being a boxer, bro.
Yeah, I can see him.
I can see him being a boxer. I seen that range in him.
I see him up into the point he gets in the ring and he takes his shirt off, and then I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
This guy.
This is white boy fighting.
Wait, you said, hold on. I'm sorry to cut you off, but where is your grandfather from?
So my dad's side of the family, it's all from Germany.
Okay, cool.
Immigrated during World War II for obvious reasons, and then on my mom's side of the family,
no way.
On my mom's side of the family, it's all Portuguese and Spanish.
Okay, there you go.
So on my dad's side, it's German, and then kind of just American all the way back to the Revolutionary War.
Okay, nice.
So what were you going to say before I cut you off?
He doesn't know. He took the shot at tequila. He forgot everything. Let me go into this one because I think this we have social media today. Of course, Hunter and Julian pretty much grew up with social media. So computers, me and Art had to not force, but we had to kind of learn what the hell we were fucking doing.
Still don't know how to use
Me
Snapchat.
and Art still don't know how to fucking use Snapchat. So that should tell you a lot right there.
I hate Snapchat.
Okay.
So I want to get into. I'm gonna go to Art first on this question. And we don't have social media, but we had TV. Okay.
No, John, we did have social media. It was called being outside.
It was that was the ultimate social media was being outside.
But we had TV.
But we had the importance of the TV dad. So we all grew up with the TV dad. Did you take anything that you learned from the quote unquote TV dads? And now, I'm going to go. You're going to be how old in the 80s? Because I'm going to throw out some names here.
I was born in 82. So.
Okay, so your TV dads would be in
the 90s.
In the 90s,
yeah.
In the 90s.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
All right.
I was his uncle, but I feel you.
Okay,
so I'm going to throw out the TV
dads. Father figure.
And that was his father.
Do you really know about Fresh Prince?
I watched it when I was.
Do
you remember the episode of Will's dad?
Yeah, he was a
terrible dad, piece of shit,
bro.
Fuck, I was young when I watched it.
Dude, that was the first time I was like, "Oh shit!" Like that's real shit.
That's real shit.
Oh yeah, I remember it vaguely now.
Yeah. It's big.
Show up.
His dad shows up, but they like have plans to go somewhere. Like I don't know if they're gonna go out of town. Yeah. And then his dad was just like, "Hey Phil, can you just tell Will like I gotta head out and do something?"
He's gonna go get a pack.
And fucking Will Smith was like, "Why don't he love me, man?" And I was like, "Damn, bro,
broke you down." All right, so let me
go. Fuck that bitch.
let me go. TV dad. So, the first one on the list is Tim Allen, Home Improvement.
I love Tim Allen, man.
Okay, did you? How do I put this?
Did I want that as a dad, or
did you want not that? Did you instill any of the values that he had? Because we were influenced by TV. No matter what you say, you remember movies because of certain situations and different I don't know how to put it.
Like how did it wire my brain into
did
being
it wire did it wire you anyway and influence you the way you raised your kids? Did Tim Allen have anything to do with that?
The thing that, if I'm looking back and if I'm going to be honest with you, the thing that Tim Allen taught me wasn't about being a dad; it was about being a husband.
Being a husband, that's spot on. That's what I got from Tim Allen as well. The importance of being a father, a husband, was more important on that show than they still was important on how to raise the kids. But that show kind of focused on those two characters, as being a good husband more so than just being a good dad.
Yeah. Well, what about you? Do you know who Tim Allen is? Santa Claus?
He knows Tim Allen as Santa Claus. Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear?
I don't know names, but if you put face to it, I'll be able to probably tell you.
Yeah. You ever heard the show Home Improvement or Tool Time?
Tool Time.
No, I never heard of it.
Okay, yeah. He's not going to. I don't think Julian. Married with Children, that's a bad example, but we're good. That's what I grew up with. So Married and Tim, we'll get into that one.
Julian, do you remember Home Improvement by any chance?
I've seen episodes of Home Improvement, reruns from I forget what network it was, but I know who Tim Allen is. Yeah, and the other guy, whatever his name is, his buddy.
All right, let me hit you with the second dad, the second big TV dad in the '90s, Ray Romano. Everybody loves Raymond.
Didn't watch that show, bro.
You didn't watch that?
I didn't watch that show.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And let's go. Well, you did watch Fresh Prince. Did you learn anything from Uncle? What was his name?
Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil.
AKA Shredder, the guy who did Shredder's voice in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon.
The 12 one or the old one?
No, the old one, the 90s cartoon. But with Uncle Phil, Uncle Phil actually reminded me of my uncle. Like how he was just, my uncle was cool and just kind of there to support his sister and all that stuff. So him as a father figure, with his kids, Uncle Phil's kids, he was always spoiling his older daughter and
he was.
All that stuff. So no, I didn't really.
She was hot.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to her.
Shout out to all the hot daughters out there. Wait. I'm gonna beat myself for that one.
I think you'll definitely get canceled for that one. So Hunter, do you know, how do you feel about Uncle Phil?
I mean, I haven't seen all of Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
But from what I saw, and what I've kind of taken away from it was Uncle Phil, definitely kind of taught me a little bit, not taught, but it kind of
instilled some values
about finances and such. Because there was a scene where he goes to his kids and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm no longer working." And then they all start freaking out. They're like, "But Daddy's money is going to go away, all this and all that." And he says, "But my money makes money." And then that kind of stuck with me is to getting to a point where you're so comfortable to where you don't need to work.
Right.
And then also I just kind of, the fact that he took in Will and he's trying his best to be a role model for this person.
Yeah.
That kind of stuck with me.
Uncle Phil's the man.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Julian? Uncle Phil, did he instill any values into you?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely cared for his family. That was the main point. Even Will just being his nephew, Art was saying in the episode where his dad comes and Uncle Phil goes off on his dad about not being there for him and all this stuff. And I think that Uncle Phil is definitely a better option to help raise Will and teach him the ways of life over his father, because his father obviously did not want to be there.
Okay. All right. The greatest TV dad of all times, who ended up being a very weird man.
Bill Cosby?
Bill Cosby.
Honestly, man, I didn't watch a lot of the Cosby Show. I'm not saying that to just say that.
Hunter's cringing. Are we gonna talk about Bill Cosby?
Fucking Ether and Jesus.
Have a little pudding pulp. With him, I think
he was America's dad for a minute.
He was America's dad for a long, long time,
and then he became America's daddy.
Yeah, and for me,
what the fuck? My God.
I think that show really instilled a lot of values in a culture that was always taught that they couldn't do things. And I think
facts.
That was for me that was wasn't so much. Oh man! All right, internet. It wasn't. It was a show designed around a specific group of people.
Yeah. Yep.
That they needed to understand that there was opportunities out there. They just had to go out there and look. And I think that instilled a lot of great values in that culture. And I think it was an important show. What he did after is a piece of shit. Yeah. But allegedly did, because I don't think we can say did yet. Yeah. Allegedly did, but I think it was an important show at that time for that culture. To understand that there are opportunities out there for you. You just have to go out there and get it. And I think that was instilled in that show, that he always talked about. You have to go and get it. Nothing's going to be given to you. Yeah. You have to go and get it. Is that you cool with that one?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Only because Mr. fucking Jason over there brought him up. I think this guy fucked me up for a little bit, because I was like, I'm at that age where I'm just soaking.
Be Barack Obama.
No. That's what I was thinking.
No. And no, it wasn't Barack.
Jason said, "I'm
going to be Barack Obama. Let me be clear.
I'm going to be clear. I did not have sexual relations.
No, what the fuck?
That was wrong president. Wrong president.
That was Bill. But Al Bundy. Al Bundy really kind of. You couldn't help but I'm going to be Al, even though Al's life was shit. It was just like, okay, that's not how you treat a woman, number one. But you couldn't help but think, okay, is that normal? Is that normal?
Yeah.
Is that the norm for the regular people?
That's what that show and shows like Roseanne.
And Roseanne as well.
They were about. If you watch that, my wife loves that show. Shout out to Mrs. Prime. But
shout out.
I hate having to watch that show with her. But
shout out to all the hot teachers out there.
Shout out to all the hot teachers.
Yeah. They talk about financial struggles, which I think a lot of those shows didn't talk a lot about back in the day.
Yep.
And Married with Children talked about that. I have no idea how a shoe salesman affords to live in Chicago in that big ass house, but you know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes it's like that, man. That is reality for some people. That life, you just feel like life fucking dealt you a bad hand. But the funny part about it is the reality of someone who peaks in high school.
Yeah. Yeah, lives that day over and over and over. 4 touchdowns in one game. Yeah.
Gomez Adams is the shit, bro.
But you have to oh man, how do I say? But we've all ran into that guy that's still fucking hey man, you know what I did in high school?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you're 50 now, dude. That was fucking 40 years ago, dude.
Yeah, I try not to be that guy.
It's the prime of their life.
It's hard, man, when you do so much cool shit and then your life just ends up being mundane or whatever the word is.
You fall off.
Yeah, you fall off.
What got me on that show is just the sheer disappointment in Bud. It was just no matter what Bud achieved, it was never good enough.
Yeah,
straight A's. He could do all these amazing things, but he wasn't an athlete.
Yeah.
So to Al, just Bud was just
bro. And that's the thing that always tripped me out about that show too. His wife is hot,
Peggy,
and he would just complain about not having something like a hot meal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But
that disappointed me. Because I was that was my thing. It's God, am I going to be that guy where I come home and there's just a beer in the refrigerator, dude, and there's just zero food, dude?
Yeah.
Am I going to be? Dream. Am I going to be? I'm not saying all that the women are going to be like that.
Yeah.
But I just felt am I going to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for the fucking rest of my life, dude?
Sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it really be like that.
But Peggy couldn't do nothing. She couldn't cook. you know. Yeah. And I love the cooking scenes when she did cook, and that cigarette would just dangle there with that ash. It was like fucking 3 inches, and it was just over the pot. And I'm thinking to myself,
sexy.
That's going in my fucking food. And she ain't gonna even
carbon.
Yeah, she's not even gonna try to take it out. She's just gonna mix it in there.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, that show was
crazy. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you know, because we didn't really have. We had our parents, and we had our family members and friends of family that we whether or not we think we were paying attention, we were constantly subconsciously paying attention.
Yeah, you watch that stuff. Yeah,
how they were living their lives and how, like, you know, hey, you know, this is how my uncle, you know, gets his wife to do things, and you subconsciously you're taking that stuff in, but you can't help but like take in the 90s, early 90s, you know, these types of dads that we had to grow up with compared to when you go back to the 60s. When you go back to the 60s
fucking
and
Mr.
70s,
Brady,
you had like these really important, there was role models that they were hoping we were going to be like as we grew up, like, you know, Mr. Brady for one, Andy Griffith.
Mr. Brady had a wife who stayed at home, and he still had fucking Alice.
Yeah,
that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And I think the reason they didn't like they had her was like she was the caretaker of the girls, and like Mrs. Brady didn't want to like fire her, if I'm not mistaken. It's like but yo, you watch some of those shows now, some of those episodes now with the Brady Bunch, and you could see Mr. Brady, bro. He'd be stressing. I don't know if he's on the list, but shout out to fucking Bob Saget.
Yeah.
You know, R.I.P.
Well, that's a perfect. I didn't bring him up. I was saving him for last. But I mean, that was like one of the TV dads that you guys grew up with, and Julian as well. Julian, I mean, you grew up watching Family Ties, right?
Full House.
I'm sorry, Full House.
I've seen Full House. Yeah.
I mean, did you at any point in time, do you feel like you instilled any of those values? That I can't remember his name on a TV show.
I related more to the kids when I watched it.
Yeah.
I was just that much younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even remember his name. Danny or something.
Yeah, Danny Tanner.
Yeah, that was a hard one, bro. That talk about TV, the first time you were watching a family show where there wasn't a mom.
There wasn't a mom. Yeah, exactly. That was I don't want to say it was groundbreaking, but because if you go back far enough, you remember the Andy Griffith show. There was no mom involved, but there was Aunt B.
Yeah,
had Aunt B.
Yeah, I just remember that. Yeah, it's true.
Had Aunt B. So he was a single dad raising a boy, and God, you almost have to go. Yeah, you're right. I can't even think of like another show. Yeah. Different Strokes, right? Single parent.
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, that
one.
But a millionaire, a little different. A little different there.
That whole white savior show. Yeah, I remember it. You're right. There wasn't a mom. There was not a mom in that show.
Yeah. Hey, Jason. I mean, all right, Jason. You did watch Home Improvement. Did you feel like? I know you're very young. You just turned 21, but do you feel like you instilled some of those values of what a man is and what you might want to instill later in life as values to your children? I mean, I'm kind of curious because we absorb that stuff, whether we think we're not, you know, you do absorb that stuff, you know, and you may, I hate to think of it, but like going back like a generation of us, like myself, and say, Bob's not here.
Yeah. Shout out Bobby Boogie, man.
Yeah, shout out Bobby Boogie. But you can't help but like the type of TV Bob grew up with. Mm-hmm. And again, Bob's dad was in wars, so he was always out, you know, in some sort of war. So he was raised pretty much by his mother for a long period of time. But he had TV dads, and I just kind of wonder, like, you know, how, you know, if any of those values were instilled in him through those shows, you know, of what a man is. And if you go back to Bob's time, you got to go back like to Bonanza, dude. You want to talk about men. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Bonanza.
But nah.
Yeah, that's your man's man. I mean, that was like, those were men. I don't know if you Julian, you ever watched any episodes of Bonanza?
No, never watched any Bonanza.
Take a, you can find it on free TV. but somewhere like on Roku or stuff. But that was a big show. And I'm sure Bob grew up watching Bonanza, but that was basically a show about, it was all guys on that show, and they're all cowboys, on a ranch. So
that's from the 60s.
Yeah, it's a pretty old show.
How would I watch that?
Julian.
No, watch it.
Bro, you can watch stuff from the 60s. Yeah, Julian, you acted like that was from the Stone Age. This guy said it's from the 60s.
Were they living in caves back then, dude?
How the fuck? There was TV in the 60s?
Some ideas of television regarding parenting. Television plays a huge role. I mean, you can't help it, but it does.
Hey, Jason's going to be an awesome father.
You're not a father, but you don't know if you're
Jason's
a father.
my daddy.
I could tell Jason's going to be a good one,
He's
bro.
gonna be a good
Jason's
dad.
daddy. Yeah. Jason's daddy.
Daddy.
I'm trying to avoid being a dad.
Yeah.
Avoid it
as long as you can.
Hey, that's a question right there for you two who aren't dads.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Obviously, we got Hunter's fucking answer, but Julian,
I'm sterile.
you're getting there, my boy. You ever think about being a father or anything like that?
I want to be a dad someday.
Okay.
Yeah,
I want to be a father. I want to have kids. I want to have a family. I want to have a wife. I want all that.
Hot wife. Add that.
Hot wife.
There you go.
Hot, very good wife that I support.
That's right.
Her dreams. I support her dreams. She wants to be a singer, even if she sounds terrible, like Miss Piggy. Hey,
she sounds
like Miss Piggy, bro. What the hell?
I'll be like, I love your voice.
Cool,
You're the voice of an angel.
Hunter? Yeah, aspirations of being a dad someday.
Nah, I can barely take care of myself.
Well, okay, yeah, I know you again, Hunter's 20, so I mean, yeah, you shouldn't be thinking about that. I mean, you should be concerned with your career,
I want to be the cool school that shows up to family events.
Okay.
All right. Let me before we go into the question part, let me throw in some TV dads from the 2000s and just start to see the little.
shift. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see that.
Let me start with Mr. George Lopez.
Okay. Oh, how do I think? I think George Lopez is an awesome dad.
Okay. How about you, Hunter?
Love him.
Julian?
He's a real good dad, but also I think part of it too is he was kind of that realist. Like he did tell them hey, he would kind of shut things down. But I also think that even though he did that, he still did support those things because he would realize later on that obviously with his mom growing up, his mom shut everything down.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think that was his immediate reaction. But later on, you would see that he would actually support them and still try. I think he was a really good dad.
Yeah.
And again,
at least from the written show.
Yeah. That was obviously, towards a certain group of people and how
exactly
they were raised. And I think he did a phenomenal job in that. He was strict, he was funny, he was caring. So it was awesome. I've seen a lot of my, Hispanic friends' dads who were just like that, man. And they were, he played that character spot on.
All right. Everybody loves Chris.
His dad was a cheap ass.
Bro, honestly, man.
But he provided. He worked 2 jobs. He worked 2 jobs. My man got 2 jobs.
I related a lot to that character. He was just funny, bro. I like that dad. he was a cheap ass. Did you ever watch Everybody Eats Chris?
I don't remember it. No.
Oh, okay.
He spilled 64 cents worth of milk. Someone's gonna drink this.
I love that.
What I mean by related to him is he reminded me a lot of my mom. Yeah, so I loved his character in that show.
All right, you ready for this next one? This one I'm kind of curious. Malcolm in the Middle.
How? Walter White after he had to give up selling fucking dope.
Exactly.
I love Hal, dude.
I love Hal.
He was. Oh man, he's the kind of dad
you all want. Dude.
Yeah, dude. Every boy dad's. Like every boy, that's their dream dad. He was crazy, bro.
He was. Dude, I remember the first episode of that and watching the trailer into the show, the intro, and when she's shaving him.
Oh God!
Kitchen, I'm like, dude, what the fuck am I getting ready to watch? Dude?
That was another show. I think that's why it was such a big hit. It was one of those where it showed a different kind of lifestyle.
A different dad.
Yeah, different dad, eccentric or whatever you want to call it.
More carefree, if you will.
Yeah, there's one. It's like the start of the episode, and the kids are like fighting, and the mom's in the kitchen just yelling at him, and Hal's in the back. You can tell he's like working on something, and he goes in the kitchen and grabs him a drink, and she's like, "Are you almost done like with that project, Reverend?" He's like, "Almost done, honey, almost done." And he goes back in the backyard, and he's just like holding the drill while he's doing the crossword puzzle. Like, yo, that is so freaking hilarious.
But when when you're watching that show, and like I grew up when I was much older when I started watching that show, I was already married with children, but to that fit more of everyday fathers to me.
Yeah.
Than any other show I because that's the guy that I knew.
Everyman.
He's the everyman. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, that's like 95% of every dad in America.
Especially if you're raising three boys,
four
boys.
Bel Air.
Yeah.
That's not only his uncle, but we're moving past that. He's rich.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not everyone's rich.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot more people can connect to Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
Whether they're the kids connecting to the kids, the mom connecting to the mom, or the father to the father, a lot more people can connect to that.
Oh yeah, the mom and that Lois, she was a real one too, man.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to all the hot moms.
All the hot moms out there.
So you think Lois is hot, huh?
Yes, in a way. Yes.
No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying.
Hunter's got a type.
Hey, that's not my type, but
okay.
All
He's
right,
like, she can get it though. She can get it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, okay, it's like when you start looking, I don't even want to go into TV dads after 2010 because I just, I've seen what's on YouTube. I don't think this generation, like my grandson, I don't think he watches very much of TV.
Yeah.
Everything is YouTube based or Twitch based. Do you watch TV? Yeah. What do you watch on TV?
Oh my God, the dad in Shameless is.
Hey, that's a good dad.
Did you say Modern Family? Oh. Yeah, Modern Family is a good one, man. Al Bundy's in it too. But
that was a fucking complete turnover from what he was.
No, for real, from what in Modern, the hell no, he's the same. Bro, watch that show.
He at least loved her.
His wife.
How do you not love her, dude?
Bro, his wife even. His wife even dresses like Peg Bundy.
Yes, she does.
Like, I think that show is so funny, man. I love that show.
All right, let's go into the question and answer part.
And the dad in that show, Phil, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Isn't one of the moms in Happy Gilmore?
Yeah.
And I don't even want to go. See, I do you feel okay? And it's kind of difficult to ask this question with the age group difference here, but I know Hunter and Julian have watched some movies from the 80s, correct? You guys have seen some movies in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. I'll ask you two guys, do you feel there's a shift in the way men are portrayed in movies from the 70s and 80s till today? My grandson's shaking his head, yes.
Yeah, it's a lot more like macho man stuff. The earlier and earlier you go back.
Yeah,
bro. The Clint Eastwoods, the
Stallones, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Bronson. What's his name? Bronson.
Yeah, Charles Bronson.
Yeah, dude. Big difference, huh?
Yeah, I'm even like for me, like I watched this movie, and at that time I didn't really soak in, but like today it does. But it was with. What's his name? He married the hot chick.
They all married hot chicks, John.
He gets fired and he just goes on a rampage. I can't.
Falling down,
dude. Yeah, that movie didn't like
Michael Douglas.
That movie really didn't grab me back then because
that Falling Down didn't grab you back.
It did, but I didn't like it. Didn't. The burden that he was going through at that point in time, I had not felt yet. So, like now that I have gone through my work history how companies are,
great movie.
Get where someone can fucking lose it.
Great movie, man.
How much for that gum?
That's why I had to move out of LA, honestly.
Yeah,
because that environment will break people.
Well, okay, so you start going through like you are in the 70s. You go through the 70s, you got Al Pacino, you got fucking De Niro, you got Stallone, you got fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, you got shit. Even if you go even further back in the 50s and 60s, Modern Family but if you go even back further and did like the 50s and 60s, those were fucking dudes. I mean, James Dean. Give me a friggin' break. I mean, how many kids grew up wanting to be fucking James Dean, dude, and get that Porsche and do all that? Yeah. So at that transition through movies and to where we are today, do you feel like they portray what a man should be like today, or like? Yeah, it's hard to kind of like how I want to phrase it. Like, you think that it's changed?
It's definitely changed, and I feel like you should get your kind of baseline idea of what a father and what a man is and all that from your family, not necessarily your dad, because not everyone has a dad, but your family, your relatives, and all that. But then you should also get like some ideas from television and movies. Yeah. But your baseline and what you should really be following should be from your family.
Exactly. Like. You can't help but absorb that information when you watch a movie.
Exactly. You're still passively kind of getting it, and then
yeah, you can't help it. And how about you, Art? Do you feel that like what a man should be has changed throughout the years when it comes to movie characters?
I wouldn't say through movie characters, but as far as actors go, like, okay, I'll take like, let's say The Rock or Jason Statham. Those guys play action stars, man's man stars, but when you see them in their like
to say hi,
you see them in their personal life, they're not like that. But when we go back to Burt Reynolds, we go back to whoever.
Burt's perfect example.
Like Clint Eastwood's. But those
two of them.
No, those actors were like really the characters they played.
Yeah,
they weren't playing a character; they were just being themselves.
So you felt screen. Like when you watched Clint Eastwood in Dirty Harry, that was Clint Eastwood in real life.
Yeah. I felt like that was just I think it was, and I'd seen footage of interviews of certain of actors and stuff that. Yeah, man, they were just really, they're really about it. They were, womanizers. They were, just, well, I mean, they were. That it's just the time, and that's just the way it is.
All the hot actresses.
I can't change, father time or whatever. That's just what it was, and so I see that difference. I see, and you brought up James Dean. I think James Dean is an awesome example of someone who can play a part but was totally different in his real life. In real life, yeah.
How about you, Julian? Do you feel like that transition has happened when it comes to Art brings up the actors, but the actual actor, but you have to. You're not looking at it as that. For me, maybe I'm different. I don't look at it that's De Niro playing that role. That to me is the dude from Taxi.
Gotcha.
That to me, he's portraying that character for me. So that character is going to instill in me more than the fact that it's
the actor.
The actor himself.
I do think it's changed. I do think that before it's more like traditional man, whereas like now it's a lot more that it's okay to be emotional, and like you do see a lot more on TV with like fathers having sit downs and emotional conversations with their kids.
Yeah, boy, those days never happened for me.
All right, that's what I'm saying, bro. We're evolving. Imagine the response you gave to, like I said, to your grandson. Those were not polar opposites, but they were different, and it was honestly like steps. We all as people were just taking baby steps to try to better our family and hopefully society. So
all right, don't hate me out there, and I'm going to throw out a word that's going to stir up some shit here. Woke.
Thought that was dead.
It is.
Didn't you watch the recent South Park episode, bro?
Woke is dead. Woke is dead. I only bring up this comment.
Hey, talk about dads, huh? Let's talk about Randy Marsh.
No.
Integrity Farm.
All right, let me get into it because I have 3 fucking nerds here. 3 super nerds here.
Anakin was a great father.
No. Stop. Let me finish.
He did save it.
All right. I'm gonna go into it. I'm going to use Star Wars as an example.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go Star Wars. I'm going to start with the first episode, which is Hope, right?
Yeah.
A New Hope.
A New Hope, yes.
New Hope.
I believe you are such a nerd that you named your daughter after Star Wars,
My
right?
daughter is named after a character from a soap opera. She knows that. She knows that.
A soap opera about like Arthur, basically, right?
Yeah, she's named after a character from a
General Hospital.
General Hospital.
Shout out Hope. Hey, how's it going?
Shout out Hope. Everybody, shout out to Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hope. Hey. All right. Hey, Hope. Come here. No. All right. So I'm gonna throw out Star Wars because you guys are just huge Star Wars fans, and you guys have probably watched each one of the movies. I don't even fucking know how many times. But do you feel that? And again, there's a huge what is the word I want to use here? There's a huge storyline of fathers in Star Wars, whether you like it or not. It's an important part of Star Wars.
That's very true. Yes,
it's very true. Other than the fact that it's King Arthur in space, but do you?
That King Arthur story is about fathers too, bro.
Stop. No. So I want you to think back to the very first Star Wars and to the one that just came out, which is the Last Jedi.
Rise of Skywalker.
The Rise
of
the fucking nerd. Fucking names. The Rise of the Skywalker.
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker.
Do you feel that the role of a man has changed throughout the time of those movies?
The role of a man or the role of
the man, the father?
The role of a man, I think, has definitely changed in the movies a little bit, but as for father, I think it's definitely changed a lot.
All right. How about you, Julian?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it has that underlying, because like you see when Anakin finds out that they're dead, how he reacts. Like, he still has that reaction, even though he never met them. Those are still his kids. And even later on, he does save Luke technically and kills the Emperor and brings balance to the Force and all that, right? But he did like put his kid first at the end of the day.
Okay. How about you?
That's a hard one, man.
That's a hard one.
As far as
I am your father.
I think that show or that those movies, we focus on a lot about that. Like, even you guys are quoting it, but I'm gonna bring it down like this. The whole time that even like if you look at Anakin, right? Like, Anakin grew up without a father.
Yes, he did.
He was constantly looking for a father figure. He kind of hoped it was going to happen with Qui-Gon. Unfortunately, Qui-Gon died. And then he looked for it in Ben, but Ben was more of a big brother to him. So I think that's why he was able to get twisted up by Palpatine, the Emperor. Okay.
Because Palpatine was more of a father.
I love it.
Okay, so then that leads him to doing whatever he does. I'm not going to spoil the movie for those who haven't seen it, but then you go to now his son, who grows up without a father, who's being raised by his Uncle Owen, right?
Hey, Hope, why don't you come over here and tell everybody how a great dad I was?
She walked away. Anyway, then she don't interrupt my deep Star Wars story.
Go.
So boom. So then Obi-Wan, Luke finds, or Obi-Wan finds Luke, whatever you want to call it. So that he ends up, looking for father figures. So he finds it in Yoda and all that stuff, right? That's why he's so hurt when he finds out that Darth Vader is his father.
Yeah.
But then, you know, in the end, of course, we know what happens. But then, so
I don't know what happened.
well, he finds out.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, all right. So but then he accepts it, right? Like he accepts, like he even says, like, no, in the end, he was a good guy. Yeah. Like that is for someone who grew up without a dad, and then for the end of it to be like, hey, nah, you know what? Like he did some bad shit, but in the end, he was still a good guy. Goes to the next three, which is Ray, who grows up without a father,
exactly.
Right? Grows up without parents.
Star Wars shows the absence of father a lot.
So it's an absent like father story.
Just telling a story that, you know, fathers are important. That's what I'm getting at, because I know what you're talking about. That's why I brought up Star Wars. Star Wars is that movie that goes about from beginning to end.
Yeah.
The importance of not having a father throughout the whole legacy.
And then so Hunter, since your little remark about she's not a Skywalker,
she isn't.
All right, she isn't. You're right, but like she ends up,
she's a test tube baby, right?
Yeah, well, in a sense, but like first you saw how she tried to gravitate towards Han. Like in the first movie, like because she
just sees him get slaughtered.
Nice body. Yeah.
So then, but then now she's gonna
remember
be like,
the mic is in the front part.
She's gonna be like, then she looks at Luke.
No matter like, how art uses it,
she's trying to like find that father figure in Luke, you know. And I think that's why, with her connection to Ben Solo,
man,
I think that's why in the end of the movie because like the romance of this guy, the romance of their Ben and whatever Ray, right? I think that's why her being like, I'm a Skywalker at the end of it was like her pretty much. If you've ever seen Titanic,
yeah,
this guy said yeah. She takes Jack's name at the end. You guys remember that?
Bitch.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, in the end when they're asking her, "Oh, what's your name, lady?" or whatever, she gives her Jack's last name to the guy. So I think that's why.
Well, she can't sit there and talk to that lady in the sand and be like, "Yeah, I'm a Palpatine."
all right.
That's true.
All right,
that's true. She can't.
She's gonna get murdered and
let's move on. This turned into an Star Wars.
But yeah, Star Wars is about absentee fathers.
Absent fathers.
Absent fathers. Yeah.
Maybe that's why I like it so much.
Not good for traditional roles in society.
Yeah.
What are some of the key expectations placed on men in the 70s and 80s? What do you feel like were some of the expectations, Julian, in the 70s and 80s to dads?
That you for sure were a provider. You took care of things around the house. Like you knew how to work on a car. You knew how to fix things around the house, stuff like that. And you were also like the disciplinary one.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, like you watch, like even like that 70s show, like the wife took care of the cooking and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a good one. Shout out Red Foreman.
Yeah,
Red was the hard
I didn't even bring him up, man. I was like,
and he was a hardworking person though. Like he made sure his family had everything they needed.
Yeah,
you know.
All right.
That was saying, man. That was the time. Remember how Red would always just talk about, like, yeah, when I was your age, I was killing Koreans or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
how do you even argue that point?
That's true.
I'm glad I wasn't a kid or a teenager during that period of time. It's like, how do you argue that point with your dad when your dad's like, yeah, I was shooting Koreans when I was, when I was your age.
Yeah.
I'm looking down the barrel and like, dude, what do you got? What do you got? Well, Dad, I have a history paper due in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You can't compete with that. You just like, that's like the thing that I'm kind of going into with dads. It's just like a man. It's like, I can imagine having to compete. Because you are in a way you want to be like your father. Well, okay, not
everybody. Look at me, bro. That's the worst person you need to look at right now.
So for me, like seeing like the expectations of dad.
Julian, come get your man, bro. I think he's been drinking.
Out. He's had too many drinks. Bro.
Yeah. So how about emotion wasn't a thing in the 70s and 80s. A dad didn't show. If a dad, I'll be honest, like I think the only time I can actually remember my dad crying was when his mother died.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's it. And his dad, but that's it. But like nothing really grabbed him to the point like I see today, where I see men crying because they can't get their bun right. You know, they can't.
When you can't get your bun right, you get upset.
Yeah. Or look, I'm not making.
Bro,
I'm not making.
My hair just doesn't do what it wants to do. What I want it to do.
That's my point. It's just like, for me, that's how I look at it. And again, like I stated in the beginning of the show, we're not trying to belittle what a man is today. It's just our opinion. I'm sharing my opinion of what I grew up.
You're old school,
what was instilled in me of what a man should be. And what I see today, it kind of baffles me, like where I, and look, style is style. If you want to wear skinny jeans and you want to put your hair in a bun, hey, look, I get that, because I did certain things in the 80s to fit a role that was portrayed during that time of how I was supposed to dress. And I get that part. But like emotionally, and I don't know what changed, but like guys just upset by commercials and everyday life stuff, where my dad just kind of shrugged that off. Like that's not important to me. What's important to me is that I have a 40-hour-a-week job, that I'm getting my check every month. There's a roof over my head. There's food on the table and clothes on my kids. To where like today is just like, and look, I'm going to bring it up, this nonsense over a fucking jean commercial.
Oh yeah,
it just doesn't make any sense to me. There's so much bullshit that's going on in the world today for us to be focused on a commercial about a pair of jeans.
Yeah, it's like I said a few days ago at work, was don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah,
don't sweat the small stuff.
It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, like what you were just saying with in the 80s and dressing a certain way and fitting into a lifestyle. I think right now the lifestyle is to be butthurt. The lifestyle, if you don't have, the mentality of like.
But do you feel like that's a quality that should be in men today? Like, and I get it.
It shouldn't be an equality in anything,
some emotion
in men or women. Like, I think as humans, you should be able to just, like Hunter said, not sweat the small stuff, man. But like we're really in a point in this society, and I can only talk about America because we live in America.
Do we?
I mean, even maybe just even in California, who knows?
Yeah.
Where we it's like gossip, like that's life is gossip and getting hurt and getting your feelings, like our feelings have to be out there. I'm all about being connected to your feelings, but quit being hurt over things that aren't petty things.
Petty shit.
Nothing's ever gonna always be your way.
Bread at the store.
Yeah.
Hey, hot people deserve some time.
Let's.
I mean, seriously. I mean, you can't have a commercial. I'm not using the jeans commercial as an example, but you can't have a commercial from a company about one set group of your customers and not offend the other ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What jean commercial are you talking about?
Oh, he doesn't know. I think we should play for him.
Should we play?
So anyways,
should we play? I think I can
because of the fact there's a.
Okay, she says jeans.
Yeah, she
not
says jeans. But
not
people
jeans,
are taking it with a G, like her genetics and shit. So they're trying to say she's talking about like white power because she's blonde hair, blue eyes, type of stuff. Again, because people just want to be. They want to have something to bitch about, man.
All right. Hold on. Let me do this properly.
And, I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute.
I don't know this person's, like, personality.
All right. Time out.
My God.
Let me do this properly.
You know what?
Let's get it going.
She is so...
My wife's hot.
All right. Sorry for that. There was a problem. I don't know. It's technical difficulty.
I don't know. Something just
technical
came across
difficulty.
The airwaves there.
It was technical.
Oh my!
There was a technical difficulty. All right. Screen share. Yeah. All right.
Hunter, do you know who this person is?
Hell no.
Oh God, yeah, he knows who she is.
Who the fuck is this?
All right. Again,
She's an actress.
let me do this.
Oh, Sydney.
Yeah. Come on, dude. Fuck. Give me a break. You don't know who she is.
I haven't seen her face all that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. We hold on. Let me get the disclaimer out.
We didn't know she had a face.
We do not own rights to this commercial. This commercial is owned by American Eagle and is representing some pair of jeans that everyone in America took a shit on. What is her name again?
Sydney
Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney. Here we go. Volume it up. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
She's got no ass.
Oh, time out. Yeah, see that?
I don't think that's not the commercial I saw.
All right.
The one I saw, she said something about like she was talking about her genetics, like her
no,
eyes
that was deep fake.
Oh, that was fake. Okay, okay.
That was deep fake.
So
here you go.
This one's a fake one.
This is the original.
Yeah, that's the one I saw. Yeah. See my jeans. Yeah,
I'm sorry, I cannot play an MSNBC commercial because NBC News pisses me off, so I'm not going to go there. But yeah, I mean, this is the thing. This is where we're at today, and
there's a controversy over that.
Yeah,
it just for me, it's just
they're
again.
Talking about...
I am glad that Hunter, the youngest one in this group, has said what he said because it's just a commercial. It's not something that should be this stressed out. It's not something that should divide America. It's a jean commercial, dude. It's not.
First off, they're not even Levi's, so who cares on that? Second off, like, why they?
Whoa, American Eagle jeans are good. American Eagle
and if I'm not mistaken, I saw a thing where their spokesperson was Beyonce like a couple years ago. So
yeah, and she does Levi's now. Yeah,
she does Levi's,
she does Levi's. Yeah, she did a Levi's commercial. But okay, let's get past this. How's the concept of masculinity evolved over the decade? I got that word out, man.
Yeah,
you know what time it is? Shot time.
Yeah, masculinity.
I got it out.
Masculinity.
I will start with Mr. Julian. How's the concept evolved over the decades
of masculinity?
I know you're new. How many decades you got in you? Two.
Well, I don't got much in me, but yeah, the 2 decades. Yeah.
I wouldn't say that, Julian.
Red light. Bertha gave me a red light. Where did I go? Red light, Bertha.
I don't think it's changed much over the last 2 decades that I've been alive.
That you've been alive.
Yeah. But I do think that from being what I learned from my dad versus like what is now we're taught that emotions are okay, which I don't think is wrong. Mm-hmm. But I do think that it does take a romance to actually be in tune with your emotions and have those emotional conversations with like your kids or your family, because obviously like that's who you have. So
skull.
Frost.
So I think it's
to the very hot Sweeney Todd or whatever her name is.
Sweeney
Todd. That might be a wrong person.
Hey, we were talking about serial killers last, John. That's the wrong one.
That's the wrong one. But I hear you because I wanted to start with you first, because the reason I did that is because you still have a lot that is instilled in your father, which is a much older gentleman.
Yeah.
Than what you have seen in the last 20 years. Because you're 25. So you have a lot of values that your dad has instilled in you.
Yeah.
And then you're getting to see what you're seeing now the last 20 years. But for you still look back at what your dad taught you is important when it comes to masculinity. Nah, goddamn it.
Masculinity. But I 100%. I think my dad instilled good things, but like I said, he showed me, like for sure showed me what I do want to do for like a partner, like my family. And also, I saw a really terrible side of him where I knew that I never want to do that to another person, or like, because my dad was abusive when we were younger. Right. So I think that like that showed me that I don't ever like want to lay a hand on a woman.
Right.
And
let me throw this out there too as well, because I think this is important, because I think you and I both come from, again, well, your dad's still old school, whether or not he was born here or not, he was instilled with values of his culture. And the same applies to me when it comes to my father. Even though my dad was an immigrant and came here to America, I was instilled with the values of Sicilian and how you treat a woman and how you're supposed to respect a woman and what a man's supposed to be and what a man's not supposed to be like. And I think, exactly what you're saying. It's tough. You got both of those two roles that you're trying to fight, and the importance of like being that better man today than what your dad, even though your dad instilled those values in you, the importance that you need to show emotion sometimes. You need to show that you care. You need to show that you're there, and show up, not just to sporting events, but schools and, school events and your daughter's hobbies, and whatever they may be.
Yeah, because I did sports, but I wish my parents would have showed up more to go support me.
My dad, my brother played high school football all 4 years. The last year of your senior year, they have what's called like it's a way to thank the parents.
You bring the family out, yeah.
Yeah, so your mom gets a rose. Your mom comes down on the field. Your mom gets a rose, and your dad wears your jersey and your Letterman's jacket. That's the only game my dad ever went to in 4 years of my brother playing high school football. But he didn't have any interest in it. He didn't understand it. He didn't understand the game. He didn't, to him, it was just like, that's fun time.
Do you know how your brother felt about that?
Oh, he was fine with it. Yeah.
He didn't really mind it?
Huh?
You didn't mind it at all?
No. Even though he noticed, because he understood how my dad grew up. My dad had to work, had to be part of the,
lifestyle.
So for him seeing other dads there, that made sense to him, because that's, that dad grew up playing baseball. That dad grew up playing football and basketball. And, so for him, it's like my dad's not there, but that's not important. My dad's doing something that's more important. He's at work, making sure I can buy my cleats. I can buy my jersey. I can buy my cup, which is important if you're playing football, is having that cup. Cup check. Ooh, I hate it. Coach Cy, I don't know if you're still alive, but my balls still hurt from those cup checks. That's all I'm saying.
They're still in your chest from when you hit them?
Yeah, dude. Cup check. I hated that fucking thing. Well, let's go here. What roles did feminist movement play in reshaping men's roles? Now we're talking 70s, early 60s, late 60s, early 70s. You think the feminine movement had anything to do with how the roles of a man has changed? I know it's tough because you guys weren't alive during that period of time.
And I just
read something about it.
I actually did read something about that, which kind of blew my mind, about how the government used that so that way it can bring a more of a workforce, and it would be harder for someone to support a family off one income. So I don't know if all that shit's true. So I'm not gonna say that what it is. Yeah. So I'm just gonna say the feminist movement, I think it's one of those things where you're telling people what to do. I know some women out there who are like, well, shit, I like being in the kitchen. Why are you telling me because you don't want to be in the kitchen that I shouldn't be in the kitchen?
Barefoot and pregnant?
Yeah, like they're really. I've met women that were just like. I've met women who, they want to be out there and hustle and be a boss, and that's cool too. That's awesome. But don't tell, just like how my wife's aunt was telling her.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're gonna be home now, right? Like, don't tell people what to do, man. Like, so I understand empowering those women who might have felt that way in the kitchen, like, oh man, I want to go to work, I want to have a job, and
the ones that just want to make lemon chicken.
Yeah, and there's a cool sports movie, League of Their Own.
Good. Yeah, League of Their Own.
League of Their Own, where they showed like, all right, they took the women out of the kitchen and put them in baseball. They put them in factories because all the men were out at war, and
they saved baseball.
They saved baseball, man. Look at that shit. So shout out to all the females out there, bro. You guys be making the world go round.
Shout out to Madonna. Was she in that movie?
Yeah, she was. What if I'm running and my tits come out?
You make a good point too, and I think do you? I know we're 4 men here, so forgive me. But
we need some women up in this.
Yeah. But do you feel like okay, like you bring up your wife's aunt, and you got to believe that today there's still women that believe that that's the role that needs to be portrayed by women in today's society.
And there's men who believe that.
Yes, there are. Unfortunately, there's a lot of men that believe that. But but you don't. Maybe I don't see it, but do you like? I don't see women like attacking other women for that reason. It's like it's more under. Okay, I don't see a lot of women attacking other women for wanting to stay home and be that house mom or
housewife
housewife or whatever you want to call it. But you do see that when it comes the reverse role where men are attacking other men for wanting to stay at home
dad
and be that stay at home dad. And it's like I don't know, maybe you guys can help me out, but why do you think that is that just so embedded in no matter what generation you're talking about?
I feel like that's kind of just baseline embedded in men.
Yeah.
Me and Julian had a conversation a few
you think it's in our DNA?
Months back. Yeah. He was trying to give me shit about doing oil changes. I was like, look, yo, bro.
Julian, what are you doing, Julian?
Which I get it.
What's going on?
Look, like Hunter, Julian, I'm sure John.
Julian, you do your own oil changes?
I do my own oil changes. I do my own brakes and rotors. I do. If I can figure it out, I'll do it.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
So that's because my dad taught me that you do that, and it had me out there doing that.
Throw this out there too.
You know what, Julian? I didn't have a dad to no fuck with.
Hey, Julian,
I'll teach you. I
had friends who taught me how to do that shit, but I already told you my reasoning for not doing it.
I get it because he could pay another man to do it. That's why I got the buddies.
Yeah, hold on. I did instill that in both my boys.
Yeah.
I instilled that fact that my boys should know how, and they both do. I said, you should know how to change a tire. You shouldn't have to call AAA to come out.
Because what happens if you're in the middle of bumfuck nowhere and you don't have service, you can't call anyone.
Right. Well, I always threw out the fact that like, do you really want to sit out in the middle of the road in the middle of the night waiting for a tow truck when you can get out there, change that tire, put the spare on, and get on the road and get off.
Get back to what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. And I always explained to him that the longer you stay on that freeway abandoned, the more you put not yourself but your whole family in danger. Because
so you taught your sons how to do that, right?
Change oil, change a tire, and one of the big ones because obviously, Frankie, I love you, buddy. Yeah. But he burned a big hole in my fucking car because he didn't understand what positive and negative was on the battery.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Early. He's like
that's
10,
fine.
11.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's all linked. I got
that right there. Like the light bulb went off. I was like, oh my God, dude, this is going to be him in his 20s, like putting the negative on the positive and causing this huge fucking explosion out in the middle of the road. So I was like, that brought up the whole thing of making sure my son, both of them, understood how to change the oil, understood what the positive and negative was, how to change the battery.
Did you teach Hope any of that?
Hopey.
Because you kept on saying I taught both my sons.
That means he did. No, that means he did.
Let me ask Lisa.
Lisa, shout out Lisa.
Come over here, Lisa.
No, you don't have to be in the video, Lisa.
You don't have to be in the video, but all right, Lisa, come here for a second. Just grab that microphone right there and just talk into that mic right there. You don't have to be on camera.
No. Okay.
See that mic right there?
Hey, Lisa, how's it going?
Talk into that mic so I make sure it's working. Talk into.
Hello.
There it is.
It's working.
Can you hear me?
Did your dad teach you how to change a tire and change oil and what positive and negative was on a car, on a battery?
The battery part, yeah, but not the oil or the tire.
But why do you feel that was not necessary for him to teach you that?
He barely knows how to do it himself.
But do you feel that just throws out my whole question? My next question.
Probably, yeah. Especially especially the tire. I don't know so much about the oil change, but the tire, I definitely should be able to.
Okay, yeah, but do you or, don't hate me, internet. Do you feel that your dad, that expectation of you knowing how to change a tire and change your oil, was the fact that he knew that someday you would have a man that would do that for you, and that you didn't need to know that part of it?
Probably not. I don't think that's what he was thinking. He just figured I'd take it to wherever I have to take it.
Okay. By a man.
Nah, this guy.
Oh, no.
It could be a woman.
A woman mechanic, a woman mechanic.
I only say that because that's how I felt when it came to teaching Hopi that stuff. I didn't feel like I needed to teach Hopi that stuff because I felt that Hope would have a man to do that stuff for her.
Yeah.
Or again, like you're saying, there's again the ability to actually take it any place and have someone do that stuff for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's why I don't think I've ever did. Hope I don't think I ever focused on that stuff with you, right? Where is she?
The silence.
Oh, she's not. Yeah, I don't think I ever. I don't think I ever took. I mean, I think I remember Hopi sitting there watching her brothers change the oil.
The game of like football. My brothers would watch football, and I still don't know to this day how the game works.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. That's Lisa. That's Lisa.
Appreciate
thank you,
that.
Lisa.
Hey, yeah.
Hand clap for Lisa.
Shout out Lisa.
Prove my point. But anyways, like
she proved
my point. But look, dude, my wife's so my father-in-law, I guess, like, you know, it's one of those things. We talk about roles of a man as a father. He would do that stuff for my wife. He wouldn't
teach your wife.
He wouldn't teach it. He would do it for her.
Do it for
as her. You as a father, do you teach your children kind of that stuff, that baseline skills?
I haven't taught them. I've taught them other things, but as far as like, changing entire oil changes, I have not taught them that.
All right, you're gonna get on that.
Yeah. Dude, they've always been like helpful me. Like they've seen me change a battery. They've seen me change light bulbs in my, headlights or whatever like that. But it's one of those things like, bro, I'm not going to just go, all right, let's go out there, change my tire when the tire isn't flat. You know what I mean? Like it really would have to be like that scenario.
So the situation has never really arisen for you to kind of teach them.
Right. Yeah.
Let me throw this out there because I'm kind of curious. Bertha.
Yeah.
I know you don't want to be on camera, but you know the phone number. Call me and I would like to hear your input on some of this. I know you're out there. So call my number. You know my number
out there,
and I will put you on live, and you can talk. Your face won't be on the internet. It won't be on there.
Yeah. Again.
He's there.
So wait, were you going to ask another question real quick, or what?
No, I'm going to go into the next one.
All right. Okay.
How have work expectation and opportunities changed for men?
I don't know, man. I've been in the workforce for a while, and I haven't really seen when a lot of my managers, a lot of my bosses, including Bertha. Shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to Bertha.
I've always had female bosses. I think I've only had like one or two male bosses. I didn't hire them. I was just getting a job, not sound weird.
I get you.
But and I think so for whatever reason, the company felt like, hey, this person was better fit to be I mean, I know that Joe is our boss, but meaning like,
Bertha was in charge of your day to day. Yeah.
So, but, and that's happened to me at Harbor Freight, Round Table. There was like a bunch of other places, Jack in the Box, where, the manager was a female. So, I don't really know. I can't answer that question. I think it's up to the company. I think a lot of times when I did have a male boss, I think it was like when I worked at Dow Chemical. So I can't even think where I've had like male bosses at, but
poor bastard.
How do you hey, the male dude, having a male boss is a trip, bro. It really is. What do I prefer? Having a female or a male manager? I will say the difference in the differences is like the male bosses were always more strict. They're more, or if anything, more like a bro. And the female bosses I've had always treated the staff like motherly.
Mm-hmm. No. Yeah.
They always looked out for us. Hey, do you need something?
Goyle boss.
Yeah. Yeah, Jason would be an excellent girl boss. Anyways, like
Jason, I'll call him girl boss when I'm in charge.
So
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
No.
You've had male bosses obviously your whole life.
I have. Bertha would be my first female boss.
Oh wow.
Bertha would have been my first. Yeah. I don't think Oh no, I take it back. Early at Budget Rent a Car, Joyce Vasconcelos. Sorry, Joyce. I don't know if she's alive still, but she was my first female manager, and she was great. She was great. She was a great manager.
There you go. Yeah,
I was 19, 20.
Yeah.
So, but then
you told me about her.
I can make some of that out.
No. But I don't think I had after her. I think I cannot remember ever having a female boss all the way until Bertha. Okay. I consider Bertha, even though Bertha wasn't really a boss, but she was in charge, a supervisor. Supervised all of us. So for me,
one of the best to do it.
To babysit you guys. You guys.
No, great boss. Bertha's actually great. I've stated before many times on other podcasts that I was glad that I had Bertha as a boss because I think Bertha really adopted the role in a different way than I think most people would have done it. And she understood everyone's limitations and knew how to work around those limitations. And I'm not going to pretend like I'm the greatest employee, but I have some deficiencies, you know.
If John was our boss, you know how crazy that room would be.
No. Oh, dude, you guys would all be fired. But you know, she understood that, you know, again, I have a hearing problem. She understood how to work around it. I think.
So tell me, wouldn't a guy boss be like on
my ass? Yeah. And I think she knew how to work around that situation. And I don't think I would have gotten that from a male and a supervisor.
Shout out B, man. We
Shout out to, give it to her.
Wait, pause.
Who are we talking about again? Oh, never mind. How do workplace? Oh, we did that one.
Have you got? How about you guys? You two guys, have you guys ever had male bosses?
Yeah. Male, female bosses. Which one? I miss you too, boo. How about you, Julian? I mean, you have a couple jobs now,
but male bosses.
Okay.
So even I guess I only interacted with Bertha for an hour, so that was like the only time. But other than that, like, it was obviously I wasn't on your guys' shift.
Yeah.
So it was like I had a male there, and then our manager is male. Like, so everyone's male. Like for me, has been male.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Hey, how about you? There. Is this your first job?
No, I've had. This would be my third job.
All right. Hey, hold on. Let me give you the clap. Fuck yeah, Hunter.
I started out working when I was 15. When I first moved here to Modesto.
You're a good kid.
I got hired at a auto body shop, and it was low-key nepotism because I got hired by my uncle.
Okay.
He was my manager, so I had a male boss there.
Yeah. Nepotism.
Yeah, nepotism.
I'm sorry.
And then second job,
that's a big word for most of our viewers.
Taco Bell, and I had a female manager there. I don't even remember her name, but I hate her. It was her fault I got fired from there.
Okay. Oh, you got fired.
So I hate her.
I don't remember her name.
Yeah.
And then I had Bertha as a boss at here at Crime Tech.
Yeah.
Crime Guard. So.
Whoa, wrong company, man. Wrong company. Jason, I'll be your next zesty male boss.
Hey, I think he was talking about you, Julian.
I think he was. He might have been.
I'm gonna whisper some shit in his ear later on.
Whisper some sweet nothings in your ear. Do you think society? Oh wait, let me go with it. In what ways have fatherhood and parenting responsibilities shifted for men? Julian.
Sorry, what was that? What was the question?
Oh, do you gonna make me read it again? In what ways has fatherhood and parenting responsibilities shifted for men? So you're gonna have to take what the experience that you've had through your dad, and because you're not a dad, that you not know of yet.
No, I'm sure there's no. I don't think there's any girl that's ever had my.
That's right. Julian only does anal.
Yeah, that's why you can't get her pregnant if you put it in the butt.
That sounded crazy, bro. Not the way I do it.
He's married. He's different. He's trying to make sure that it doesn't get wasted. Well, it is getting wasted, but yeah, Julian, answer the question.
So I think it's the same in the sense of like, obviously, I'll be the person that like. I like taking care of like the people around me. So like my friends and family, that's why I'll do their breaks and stuff. If they ask me or like anything that I can help with. I think that a man does help out, but I also, because I learned from my dad too, is you don't just help your family, you also help your friends and the people around you, the people that you care about and the people that deserve that. And no matter what, like I know at the end of the day, the people that I do it for, if they have something they could do for me, it'll be reciprocated. But also I do think that the way that it has changed is that a man doesn't have to be a hard ass and can kind of show his emotions and have those emotional conversations. Like I don't want my kids to think like they can't come to me with a problem because like
there you go.
I want to be there to support them. I want to be able to like, if my daughter.
I got to clap, dude. That's perfect. That last statement is absolutely perfect because I think I only say that because I feel like there was that fear with my boys on certain topics when it came to conversation. Like they felt that wasn't something they needed to discuss with dad, and it had to go with mom. And I didn't like, or not just mom, but an uncle or, a family member, not dad. And I hated that. I thought that those were conversations that I felt like I should have been a key importance in their decision. But I never, got that opportunity. You spot on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Spot on. And I think that's really important. I think it's really important that a child should never fear of having a conversation with their parents, no matter what what the topic is. I think that the parents should be the nucleus, that they should be, and then that gives you as a parent an opportunity to say, look, I don't have enough knowledge on this topic. Why don't you go talk to Uncle Bob or go talk to
my kids are not going to talk to Uncle Bob.
My kids are going to stay away from Uncle Bob.
Yeah, stay away from Uncle Bob.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
But you know what I mean. At least you, as a parent, had an opportunity to say,
Uncle Bob's
not being completely
Uncle
out.
Bob's for me.
Yeah,
Uncle Bob's for me.
Stay away from Uncle Bob.
No,
Uncle Bob's mine. Uncle Bob's mine.
Everybody Uncle Bob knows is dead.
I know. What the fuck? I know what you mean, though. You want to be at least you want to be the person to point them to the direction of like, hey, this person's going to give you the better advice about it. Yeah.
How about you there, Hunter?
I think Julian covered it kind of perfectly. And then like you were saying you always feel like a child should be able to go to their parent and talk to them about anything. I don't think I can go to my father with everything. I know I can go to my mother.
You have a list.
But it's like with my father, I can only talk to him about certain things or certain subjects that are troubling me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so fucking true, dude. I know, like, my boys debated stuff, like, in their head, like, do I go to dad with this or do I go to mom?
Discussion of talking to dad about it.
Is this worth dad's time? Yeah,
I want to know.
Not only that, but like, it's possible, like, 2-hour lecture afterwards.
I know she's in the kitchen, but you're not like situation where you're like, it's tough because you're a man.
I know what.
And you've been around men your whole life, and now you got this little girl. You know? And it's just like
I tell her all the time, men ain't shit.
But you know what I mean? It's just you're like okay. There's two different levels of communication when it comes to, and it shouldn't be really, to be honest. It shouldn't be, but there is
communication.
There's certain things that you want to discuss and make sure your boys know. It's like there's those things that is like go ask your mom, man.
Yeah, there was a lot of those. I know what you mean. Yeah, there was a lot of those conversations where I had to be like,
Hopi,
talk to your mom about that.
Hopi or Lisa? Hopi or Lisa?
Paging
Hopi and Lisa, because I kind of want to get a woman.
Yeah.
Lisa, are you still there? No, no, she's not there no more. I'm kind of wanting to hear what she had to say on this stuff. Because it would be kind of cool to hear it from a Hope. Come here for a sec. You don't have to go on mic. You don't have to go on video. Just grab the microphone. Just simple question I want to ask you. Just grab that microphone. No.
Hey, Hope.
No, baby. I love you, but no, you're too young for the show. All right. Okay. Again, with you, I mean, do you feel like there's certain things that you just, hey, go to mom?
All right. So the real stuff, I'll give my opinion about it. I'll tell them if I can, obviously, like give them my opinion about something. But I do tell my children, like, just don't listen to my opinion.
Yeah.
You have to have a bigger, so go ask your mom, go ask your auntie, go ask your friend and just see and just kind of pick and choose. My opinion or my advice might not really work out for you because, my situation was probably different than yours. So, but,
right, because you're basing your answer on your experiences.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I've always told my kids that even when it came to a lot of stuff, politics, music, all that stuff, like it's like, hey, don't
music. You like rock and roll?
No,
he likes Creed. He likes Creed.
No, dude. Yeah,
arms wide open.
Hey, you know what? Fuck all you guys. I don't like Naked Toddler, whatever the fuck their band's name is. But like,
hey, watch this, guys. Oh no, I'm not gonna do it to you.
But
I got in low.
Oh no, I'm not that drunk, John. But
Bear chase.
Oh, see, Hunter's that drunk. But look, I think I just like how you were saying to teach, your sons the car stuff and how to be a man. I also instilled and talked to my daughters about. It's not about being a man, dude. It's about being a good person.
Yeah.
And because I worked at a gas station where I couldn't tell you how many times I had to help an old lady, and the stories were always the same. My husband's always the one who pumped the gas.
Yeah.
My husband who, I just lost him and now I don't know what to do.
Hold on, Bertha.
Oh, hell yeah. Why does she have devil horns in here?
Hey, yo.
Hey, don't ask him about his personal life, right?
She knows that.
Bro, this guy said you're not going to be on camera.
Bertha, you there, Bertha?
Just shows.
Hold on.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my thing didn't pick it up. Why didn't it pick it up? Hold on.
Sorry, we're new to this.
No, it always worked. I don't know why.
This is a very professional.
Hey, Bertha, you still there? Yeah, you are. All right, Bertha. What is Bertha's example of what a man is?
Oh gosh. Well, you got to take care of the people around you as well as yourself. You got to think about the future and who's in it, and what you mean to them and what it would mean if you were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have my dad, so I'm learning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shout out to the No Dad.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious.
You notice how there was no clap for that one?
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
I'll give it a clap. I want to ask you, as far as like, did you? All right, so you didn't have anybody teach you how to change a tire or change oil and stuff like that. But did pop culture have any way that influenced you and what a male identity should be?
I don't think culture really did. I think I was lucky enough to have some good friends with good dads, and I would see the way my friends were treated, whether they were boys or girls. So I think I kind of saw good things from other people around me, not from the culture.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you guys got a question for Bertha? Throw it out there, Art. Come on, you know.
Well, I got to throw a question out there.
Yeah, hey, throw it out there.
How are you doing, Bertha?
No, don't ask her that. What? Oh, you know she's doing good.
I gotta ask her about like male stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think men nowadays with this whole new generation are I don't want to say better, but I guess like better with their vulnerability or emotions and stuff?
I can't hear you. You're cutting out.
Oh. You know, what he asked was, do you feel like men today are better at their emotions and their
being vulnerable?
Being vulnerable today than ever before?
You cut out a little bit, but if you're asking if men today are pretty good at like picking up both roles, is that what you think?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yes, but I think there's a lot of men out there that have to take up those roles because they have no other option. You know, you guys are talking about all these, like what it means to be a man and all the things it means to be a woman, and it's just not like that anymore.
Facts.
So that's why, you know, are talking about the activists or, you know, feminism, whatever. There is women that would just want to stay home. Like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, again, I
work, you know, but
yeah.
I feel like they're forced.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Again, you're kind of like me as well. You know, with immigrant parents and Art too as well. Do you feel like the Spanish culture, the Mexican culture, the way it looks at a man is a lot different than what a man is portrayed in the United States?
Well, I mean, as Mexican as I am, I'm not from Mexico, so I wouldn't.
No, you're not. But I'm just saying. But your mom is a big influence onto you of what a man should be, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't grow up with the traditional. You know, you guys.
Right.
Your dad didn't teach you how to change a tire, and your dad didn't teach you how to do certain things. My mom didn't teach me how to cook. She didn't teach me how to clean.
Right.
You know, she didn't teach me how to shave or how to do my hair, or
she didn't teach you how to shave your legs.
So I kind of like, I'm in the same boat with you guys. You know, you gotta figure it out on your own. And
Yeah.
little things maybe from TV here and there, but again, it's a lot of us right now, my age, you know, Hunter's age, Art's age, your age, we didn't have those traditional roles.
Right.
Or, you know, sometimes they just kind of fell through and they just didn't do what in that time was their job to do.
Yeah. Do you feel like I don't know how much TV you watched as a teenager, but did you ever feel like you what's the proper word? Like just adapted what a father should be from a TV role character?
What do you mean adapted?
Like you like that? Did you ever say to yourself, "That's what a dad is like"? You know, from a TV character, like whether it was from the Cosby Show or.
You're cutting out, Johnny.
Huh?
You're cutting out, Johnny.
Oh, okay. No, but like, were you influenced in any way in watching TV of what a man should be like? So, like TV dads, were there TV dads that you watched on TV that you thought, okay, that's what a man should be like?
Yeah, definitely. I think a big one was like Art said with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, I think that was a big moment where it wasn't like he wasn't building anything, he wasn't showing him how to do anything. He was just telling him like, you know, it's okay, and sometimes it's okay to cry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I didn't watch a lot of like live action or like
right
and stuff, so maybe cartoons. But even then, like dads were always there for their kids. Every movie and every episode had at least one heartfelt moment where the dad would sit down and tell the kid it was okay.
Yeah, those dads were screwed up. I'm kidding. Before I let you go, what would you want to say to? You got a son. You have a son, so like. Is there certain things that you feel that you need to instill in your son as he grows older to be a man? I'm kind of curious to like what are your goals as far as making sure that he grows up to be the man that you want him to be?
Well, I think I would definitely like take a good look around at the men around me and what qualities I like and what I don't like. And not so much what I like and what I don't like, but what would I want my daughter to deal with? Like,
right.
I'm going to show my son, not just, cutting the lawn, but I want you to do dishes. Because at the end of the day, just like a woman doesn't need a man, I don't want my son to need a woman. He can,
right.
he can do it on his own, but, a woman is a choice and he needs to take care of himself. Because if he can't take care of himself, he can't take care of anybody else,
right.
let alone a child.
Right.
You can't do your own laundry. How do you expect to have kids?
Yeah.
So I think that's a big thing. Like, I know I'm a woman and it should be his dad's job. And, someone, whoever it is, needs to teach him how to be a man. And, sometimes you got to teach him a little bit of how to be a woman too.
Yeah.
Do dishes, get the stains out,
Yeah.
Excellent. Hunter, do you have a question for your ex supervisor?
How's it kicking? How are you hanging?
No, what?
About that one they already said you can't do.
You gotta ask her about men.
Fuck, put me on the spot.
You want to ask her how to get a date?
Yeah, Bertha, how would someone my age get a date?
What was the question, John?
He wants to know how a man his age can get a date.
How old are you, Hunter?
20.
20.
Well, you can't go to a bar.
You can't go to clubs. You can't go to clubs. Church. Tell him church.
Do what you like to do.
Get a good Catholic girl.
What I like to do is stay home and watch movies. How's that going to get me a girl?
Got a movie theater.
He just wants to stay home and watch movies, Bertha.
Talking to people doesn't mean it has to be a relationship. Just put yourself out there. It's okay to make friends as well.
Yeah.
All right,
Sometimes
Bertha.
they say that's the best thing to do is be friends
Thank
first.
you for calling, Bertha. I miss you. Boo. Say goodbye to Bertha.
Bye, Bertha.
Later, Bertha.
Yeah. Shout out to
Bertha. Bye, Bertha. I won't put your picture on the screen.
Shout out Bertha,
Again.
best female boss I've had.
Best female boss ever.
Well, because the other one you hated, so it's like she just had to be a little bit better.
Mr. Art, how's the economy change influenced the role of men as providers?
Oh, it's fucked up. The economy's fucked up, man. Like, let's be real. That shit is just, man. It's I think it's bullshit to have to. And it was happening back in the day. I don't think the economy is any better, but like how you spoke about your younger days of having to be a provider means you have to not be home.
Yeah.
I played that role for, actually the first few years of my first daughter's life. And when she was about 2, I lost that job. And I felt lost being we're going to talk about fucking like man shit. Like, imagine being your whole life thinking like this is what you're going to be. You're going to be the provider. You're going to be all this stuff, and then you lose it, and you're just lost because now you don't have a job. Your kid doesn't know who you are. Your wife's the one who's making money. Like, I felt like shit, and it took me a lot of growth and a lot of having to, I guess, like inner fucking thinking or whatever the fuck, like I had to do, like find myself to understand that all that stuff that I was taught as a youngin', that, it was someone's opinion. It was someone else's idea of what a man should be. So I was a stay-at-home dad for a while, like maybe like a year or 2. And it was honestly like a really beneficial, important part of my life. I was there for my wife when she was pregnant with my second kid, and I was able to be there for her because it was like a hard pregnancy. She was bedridden.
Yeah.
And then I honestly feel like if that didn't happen, so sometimes guys or people you may think like life is shitty right now or whatever you're going through, but believe me, like you're there. It's happening for a reason. And me being laid off and having to be that guy who wasn't bringing home the bacon, and I was the one cooking and cleaning and all that shit, made my family stronger and better. I had to hit another part of my life too when I was in my 30s. Like, I had to move back with my mom.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel as a man then? You're 30, you have a wife, you have 2 kids, and now your mom is providing for you. I felt like shit. I felt like I wanted to die, but because of that, it made my family stronger.
Closer.
Yeah, we got closer. Like, I was spending time with my family, my wife and kids, and not fucking making some other asshole rich. So, you know what I mean? Sometimes we gotta step back and not think about what society wants for us or what society thinks we're gonna be. We gotta be what is better for our family and for us. And you know, whether you struggle or you struggle financially or you struggle mentally or any of that shit, like, you have to understand that sometimes it is, you got to be there, you got to deal with it, you got to embrace your emotions, and you got to embrace what's happening. Yeah, you can't just always rub dirt on it, bro. You got to, like, literally just, you got to just fucking, like, but see it through. And I think that was a part of being a man. Like, I had to think about, did I want to be that guy who gave up, or did I want to be that guy who kept fighting? So, you know, if that's a man thing or a female thing or a human thing, like, you know, you got to just thug it out and be the best you can be. You're at your point in life because you're supposed to be there. Just remember that.
Yeah. How about you, Julian? Has the economy change influencing the role of men as providers?
I do think it's definitely, like, hard to be that provider, but when I do say provider, it's not even just income wise, because I do think like my mom worked her whole life. My mom never stopped working, and I think that if my mom did not work, that she would probably be in a lot worse health than she is. And even my grandma, she's 73 and still works every day of her life.
Yeah.
And I think that the day my grandma stops working, and I told her this, that she will start to deteriorate, and that's when we will lose her. So I think, like, there's people that are driven, and that's something that I can really appreciate in a woman. Like, that's something that I look for. I want someone that has drive, that is willing to go to work. I don't think that it's changed so much in the way that a man should be. If anything, it's just maybe made it a little harder in the sense of, like, there's more pressure to definitely like to try to be that provider. If you want to be the one that's the sole income, like, it is harder, especially right now because everything's so expensive.
Yeah.
But I don't think that it's really changed the roles as a man. I think that, like, if anything, society has changed the roles of a man. Like, like I said, it's just about becoming more emotional and, like, being able to, like, connect with your kids on that sense, or the people around you. Yeah. But I think that being a provider is, at the end of the day, still being a provider.
Yeah. And before I go to Hunter, I mean, it's just, if you look around, there's just no way around it there, you know, unless you're a provider, whether it's the man or the woman, but unless you're a provider that's making, you know, good 6 figures, it's difficult to purchase. I mean, especially here in California, to purchase a home, you know, to make sure you provide food and shelter and clothing for your family. It's almost impossible for a single provider today to do that. So understanding, I think men have to, and I don't know, I think that men understand that it's impossible for this to happen.
Yeah.
And I do understand it. Like we talked about, there are still people that are out there, men that are out there, that feel that they need to be the provider. Mm-hmm. They need to be the one to make sure that they have a home and, you know, and clothes and food on their back. But I think men understand that it, and not, you know, hopefully, and men understand that the economy has changed and it's set up to where, yes, you do both have to work, you know, to provide for your family.
And that means if you both have to work, that means you both also have to do the laundry. You both have to
exactly. You need to share those responsibilities with each other.
That's a big change in society, is sharing more. We're no longer living in the days of, like, hey, honey, I'm home, and she gives you the slippers and your pipe. And,
leave it to Beaver where she had the martini waiting for her.
You know, that's fucking that to me. The fact that was actually reality at one point is 50s, fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, in the 50s. How about you, Hunter? You feel the same way as far as what the economy is how it's influencing the role of the man as the provider?
Yeah, I feel like it's just like what Julian and Art were kind of saying was,
God damn, look at those cheeks.
But it's changed definitely nowadays to where, you know, it's a lot harder for the everyman to provide for his family. And so now it's the man and woman or whatever the situation may be, both people providing for their kids, both people working. And then when they're at home, they're both kind of managing the stuff they need to do, like, you know, laundry, the lawn, everything. It's all divided a lot more evenly now, I feel, as families.
Yeah, you're exactly correct. I think it's funny as how it's evolved since the 70s and 80s and 90s. Like, these were men roles.
Is the one taking care of the house.
Yeah.
Where now it's both people are taking care of the house and both people are working.
Yeah, it's like those roles have changed. That's just like in the 80s and early 70s and 80s, you know, it was like, okay, these are the responsibilities of a man in the household.
Yeah.
You know, you mow the lawn, you take the garbage out, you know, you fix shit, you know. But when it came to the other things like doing laundry, doing the dishes,
taking care of the kids if you have kids,
picking up the living room and making sure the kids take their baths and are in bed, that was always a role that was designated for the female in the relationship, and how that has changed today, where you do see more guys like, hey, dude, my wife, I'm not gonna lie, my wife mowed the lawn.
Yeah,
she loved it. I couldn't stop her from doing it. I did. I was like, please stop. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And I'm not lying here, we had the women in our block beg my wife to stop mowing the lawn.
For real? Making them look bad, huh?
Yeah, because they're like, dude, we don't want to mow the lawn. Katrina's out there mowing the lawn. And I thought it was the coolest thing. And I tried to get her to stop, but she told me that was just something.
Do you feel like
she really enjoyed doing?
Is the change in kind of mentality of women, is where now they want to be in the workforce. They want to be doing these things.
Definitely.
Instead of just taking care of the kids.
Yeah. I think she just liked the fact that she was cutting shit up.
Maybe she just like gardening, man.
You're just picturing the kids down there.
Or John gets mad at John.
You have to imagine a life where, like, where we, Julian, Hunter, and me were a little bit further from that lifestyle of like John was saying before. Women had to, like, bro, they had to ask you, like, I want this dress. Can you buy it for me? Like,
I want to buy it
like that. Imagine that as just a person. You as a person, you have to ask somebody for money for the shit that you want. Anyone in their right mind would be like, nah, dude, I'm just gonna go out there and get it myself because I want to make money because I want shit. So
yeah. All right, tough question here. I'm going to start with the youngsters on this one. This is a youngster question.
Yeah.
Do you believe today's young men have a positive role model? Why or why not?
Like in media or in general?
In general. Yeah, in general.
I mean, depends situation to situation, but especially in media now, I feel like there isn't a checks all box one person who is the great role model for everyone.
Yeah.
I feel like it really comes down to the
Jake
family,
Logan,
the familial.
Were you on Paul or Jake and Paul Logan?
If someone says to me that their role model is Mr. Beast, I think I have to throw hands.
Yeah, it's crazy that's a role model, and not just a role model, but a staple of like where they want to be 20 years from now. It's just like, you know, we joked about this on other podcasts, but that has become like the norm now. When asked, you know, but back in the day when someone asked me what do I want to be when I grow up, the two that respond most of the time was a fireman or a policeman.
Yeah.
Or you want to go to space, you want to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
Where when that question is asked to the younger
they
generation,
want to be YouTubers,
a creator, a content creator of some sort, you know, and it's just like, whoa, you know. So yeah, exactly what you're talking about. How about you, Julian? Is there a role a role model out there in social media that you think kids are just kind of adapting to, and like that's where
I want to be?
I mean, probably that like they want to be like these people, but
yeah.
I mean, like personally, I don't think that a lot of YouTubers are even like the best. Like I also think like because a lot of them. You hear the stories where they exploit their kids for content, and it's really sad. And that's why I say I think you should take parts of like what you want from everybody. Like there's parts that I've taken from either family members or friends, dads, of like what I would want to be, and then like things from my dad, and then also taking what you don't want from these people. Like if you know someone has a temper, then why would you want to be like that? And everyone feels like they have to walk on eggshells around them, or like, you know, obviously like my dad hit my mom when I was younger, so like I would never hit a woman. I will not lay hands on a woman. I don't think that's okay. But like obviously the part of like where my dad went out and made sure my mom was protected. Like if anyone else stepped up to my mom, my dad was there, and like and it didn't matter if it was me or my siblings. If we said something to our mom that wasn't right, he was in our face talking to us about it. And so like I learned that very early on. Like you protect those around you. You gotta like, and like I said, provider doesn't just have to mean monetarily. It means other things, making sure that your family's straight no matter what.
Support. Yeah. I'm going to switch to the question a little bit for you.
Yeah.
Because you have teenagers.
Yeah.
Have your daughters spoken about someone that they take as a positive role model on social media to you?
Nope.
No? That's good. That's awesome.
No, they
don't leave me hanging.
I don't. Oh, they don't idolize people. I think that was something I kind of.
You instilled that in them, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they watch stuff or like they think stuff's cool, but I was always like a be your own person kind of person. I'm like, oh, let me dress like this guy or let me act like this person. Like it's just like Julian was saying, I just took like pieces of other people that I looked up to or maybe learned like I don't want to be like that. Yeah. So I'm like not that I'm one of a kind, but you know, like I'm saying like
yeah, you are, bub.
Yeah, I never met another man like you.
But that's what I mean. Like, so I think I showed them that. Like I showed them that it's cool to be silly, it's cool to be fun. Don't let people influence you in the way you want to act or feel, you know. So
yeah. All right, the two last questions are tough ones. Did I save them for the last here? Yeah. What advice, Hunter? We're gonna start with Hunter. What advice would you give a man today to balance traditional expectations with modern roles?
Be yourself and do whatever you think is right. In every situation, do what you think to your heart and soul is the right decision in the right situation.
Julian, your advice to give a man trying to balance traditional expectation with modern roles?
I think you got to take those traditional values in the sense of being hardworking, loyal, and supportive of your family, but then also, you know, be willing to adapt. And, you know, like if your partner or whatever decides like, hey, can you do the dishes? Like do that. Like it's really simple. Like I live on my own. So I do all that myself.
Do I have to make my own sandwiches?
Yeah, but you know what? Like the thing is, like, okay, maybe she'll make you the sandwich, but you have to clean up after.
Okay,
you know, and then you know what I mean. But then also, if she asks you, like, "Hey, John, I need you to do my oil change," John's gonna be out there doing the oil change, shirtless, wet, all wet from the water hose, washing the car too.
Julian, calm down with your fantasies, bro.
You know, you got to do stuff like that.
Oh, my camera went out. I'll come back on. Keep talking.
So I think that like you have to be adaptable, especially in today's day and age, because I don't think that whole male and female roles is 100% set. I do think at the end of the day there is man stuff and woman stuff. Like I wouldn't want my woman out there doing her oil change and stuff. I mean, unless she wanted to. If she was a mechanic, do what you want. But also I'll say this: if I had a girl or a wife that made so much money that I could stay home and watch the kids, and that's what she wanted.
Hold on,
then I would do that. I would stay home.
Yeah. Be a stay-at-home dad if you could.
I would love it. I would love it. You know what? I'd be like, you know what? I would send her off with a kiss every day. She'd have her lunch. Her house would be spotless. And if she came home and the kids were loud and the house had shit all over the place and she hit me, I'd be like, I deserve it. I'm fucking you on that part. But like, yeah, like
I love it.
I wouldn't
love the honesty, man.
Have any problem with like a woman if she made more than me and I still worked a little job, but I took care of the kids mainly and like stuff like that and supported her. Like
exactly.
I think that it goes both ways. Because I would want a woman that supports me if I was the one that was making more of the money and she just had like a part-time job. Like I think that's important. Like just supporting the people around you.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll switch it over to Mr. Artemis Prime.
I think Julian has been bringing up a great point this whole time. The word support. I think we look at that a lot. And when we're like, men should be able to support their family. And we think about that financially. But what Julian's been saying is like, emotionally, mentally, like that kind of support. And, also with also like, like you said, like doing the dishes or whatever, like has to do with it. I think before men were, I think that role was more for the women, meaning the men supported them financially, and the women supported them mentally, emotionally, and stuff like that. But you could look back and how that just did not work out very well.
Yeah.
There's always a balance, and there should always be a balance. I don't like the fact that there are people who try to like hold power over other people, like, oh, because I make the money, you get this much of an allowance. Like if you watch like I Love Lucy and shit, like it was like that back in the day.
Yeah, it was.
And bro, like if you know like I Love Lucy, you really know the history of it. She was really the boss.
Yeah, she was.
But in the show, she portrayed like that other image. But yeah, so I think if anything was changed is men now are, I think, more the support is there for them to be a little bit more sensitive, a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit more of like, hey, dude,
understanding.
It's okay. Understanding. Yeah.
I feel the same way. I think it's tough when you have say parents that have instilled those traditional values when it comes to what a man is instilled in you.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to adapt those modern roles, and for me it's just like, I think when it comes right down to it, it is a give and take. It's just like you need to both understand that in today's society, you're both working 40-hour shifts. You both have bosses you don't like. You both have employees that you're having to deal with, and you're both having stress that is involved. And it shouldn't be that one person's responsibility to come home and make dinner.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that one's responsibility to make sure that the laundry's done and the kids have taken their bath. I think that has all changed in today's world. And I think if you don't have that equal share of responsibilities, I can see where the household can have some issues where, and I really don't think that like all guys today have those traditional expectations in their mind. Like I think guys today that are Hunter's age and Julian's age, I think they understand that it needs to be teamwork. It does. I don't think. And again, like Julian's brought up the fact that like if one makes such a substantial amount of money to where you have that opportunity, whether it's the man or the woman, to stay at home and take care of the kids, that's fine. But I think it still needs to be something that is discussed. Like, do you want to stay home? Because you know what? Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she does want a career. Maybe she does want to go out and be away from the kids for a couple hours. So I think, believe me. So I mean, I think it's tough. It's tough, but I don't think that the traditional values have been instilled in a lot of the younger generation, like Hunter and Julian, and even my grandson, to where they're expected to be the sole providers anymore. And I think not just the economy has done that, but I think society has done that. I think social media has shown that, that you need to be out there. You need to be able to be away from the nucleus, be away from that family. Sometimes it's a good thing. It's therapy, actually, if you think about it, just getting away from your kids for a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm speaking as an 80s dad here. All right, what do you see the role? Oh, this is a tough one. And I'm going to start with Art. This is the last question. What do you see the role of men heading in the next 10 to 20 years?
Where do I see it heading, or where do I hope it heads?
No, well, I guess both.
I think there's gonna be I'm just predicting a possible lull of like from what I've gathered, really. Like, I think we might dwindle in population because a lot of
not having babies, man.
They're not having babies. There's a lot of that's the big shift that I see. Before it was like, hey, if you're not pregnant by 15, you're a
15.
Well, think about it, right?
Yeah.
You're an old maid, whatever they would call them, bro. Like, they would really be like your childbearing days were. But now people have, or even like for the past couple of years, focus more on careers, focus more on growing up, realizing it's not right to start having kids at a young age. Your brain is not developed. But what happens is you end up getting focused in your career takes off, you don't have time for family. And I think and then like with just things that we have, I see having to go out and meet someone and be married at a certain age.
Yeah, the pressure's not there.
Have a house, have a 401k, have a family. All that stuff is out the window. That's not the norm anymore.
No, it's not.
So I could see a dwindling in population possibly from that.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I mean that's exactly what and I kind of praise that. I really do. It's just like I think it's important that you wait until you're financially stable to have children and mentality wise as well, because I think what we're seeing today is more of this generation, the Gen Z, is focusing on work balance. Where it's like, I don't need to be here on, I don't need the overtime. I don't need to come in on a Saturday and work. And I think the focus is more on travel and enjoying life and I think if you can do it, great. I get it, but I think there needs to be a balance. But I'm not saying go out and have a bunch of fucking kids, but I think there needs to be some sort of expectation where it's like do you feel like that men today are just like I really don't want a family, I don't want kids, I don't want and it's not just the men, the women too as well. Women are just like they want to focus on their career, but a balanced career, which is something that like I never thought of. It's just like I never thought like I don't want to work more than 40 hours. I don't want to work overtime.
No, it was just like you had to work.
Yeah, you worked. So, but okay. So, how about you, Hunter? Where do you see the role of men heading in the next 10 to 20 years?
Personally, I think it's going to be less of people looking at men as role models and fatherly figures, and more as looking at them as just kind of a source of wisdom and information.
Ooh, I like that.
Less Yoda, of looking at them as their hero, and more of that's where I go when I need some information. That's where I go when I need some confidant.
Dad would be Wikipedia.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, I like that. I just like sit on the throne.
Less of a provider and a hero kind of mentality, and more of just a source of knowledge. A library, if you will.
Yeah, I like that. How about you, Julian?
I think that, I agree with Hunter in the sense of like, I do think that like certain things like a male figure does need to be knowledgeable about, and that's like obviously like car stuff, but we'll see how the gender roles change once I find my wife that's gonna take care of me and my kids, and I'm at home and making her macaroni and cheese, and she comes home to a home cooked meal. I like to cook.
Time out. You went mac and cheese. Come on, man.
There's gonna be more sides. There's gonna be chicken. What does she want? What does she want for dinner? She tells me.
You should have I said fettuccine parmesan or something elaborate.
I'll make my own Alfredo sauce. I can do it all.
There you go. That's better. I like that better.
I'll even go get the Parmesan cheese fresh.
There you go. In the jam. So I mean, again, it's the end of the show, and I feel there has been some changes, and I think the changes are good. I think being able to men to be more open about their feelings and being able to express those feelings, I think helps when it comes to parenting. And letting your kids understand it's okay to be vulnerable sometimes. You don't have to be that hard ass all the time. You don't have to be that dad that you're afraid to go to talk to. And I do like that. I do like that. And being a dad, like my kids are all in their 30s now, but I feel like if I would have had more of an open conversation with them, I think things would be different, and I wouldn't, and I never felt, I don't know if I ever felt like they were afraid to talk to me about specific things, but I do feel like if I had that opportunity where they felt comfortable to pursue me as their father figure and being able to communicate those problems that they were having, whether they were with school, with alcohol, drugs, and sex, all that stuff, So being
more open.
I think it's great that men are more open. Now, do I feel like, again, I'm not pissing you off, internet, but like, I think still that men still need to pick their moments, that they need to be angry or upset or hurt or emotional. And when it comes to like jeans commercials and things that really have no justification or in your life, they're not going to affect you in any way. That, like, for me, I think that's where I kind of draw the line. It's like, it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be able to express those feelings with your wife and your kids. But like, if you're going on social media and you're crying about some fucking jean commercial, or you're upset that your hair product for your bun is gone, and I or the coffee shop that was on the corner of 12th and 13th Street is gone because the Starbucks replaced it. I mean, give me a break, dude. I mean, those like that. Hunter said it's perfect. And it's something I learned. It's a phrase that I learned growing up, is don't sweat the small stuff. I grew up learning that phrase as a child, and I've used that stuff when it comes to certain things. Like when something comes up on the news, I'm like, how's this affect me? Does it affect me? No, I ain't gonna sweat it. I'm not gonna go grab some fucking cell phone and get in front of it and get on TikTok and
get all hot and bothered about it.
Yeah, I mean, all I care about is hot mobs.
Shout out to the hot moms.
Shout out to the hot moms. So, guys, we're done.
Wait, hold on. Before we're done.
Go ahead.
So, like, a while back, I put a Raider sticker on.
Where is that fucking Raider sticker?
In John's house, and he's been looking for it, and I feel super bad. He's never going to find it. But I decided to, as an olive branch, because you're Italian. As an olive branch, I wanted to bring something to the table to show support for you.
Okay, man.
Found these while I was in LA.
In LA.
In LA. They've never been worn.
Nice.
And I'll leave them here for you.
All right.
They've only been worn by him.
I love them, dude. Seriously?
Yeah, for your Rams, man. You can put them up there. Vans, shout out to fucking sponsor us, man.
Vans, come sponsor us. Thank you, Art. I love you.
Problem, man. I know they're not going to fit you because I think they're 11s.
That's okay.
I was like, they'll be a cool little thing.
They're going to go back there.
Yes,
behind
sir.
you. They're going to go behind you.
Shout out to the Rams, even though I'm a Raiders.
Shout out to my my podcast wife, Art.
What the fuck? No, man, what the fuck? Hey, I've been a Raiders fan for 2 months.
I'm gonna find that fucking sticker. I know it's somewhere.
But yeah, man, this is a great episode. I'm glad we're talking about these topics.
Yeah. What the hell is Jason saying out here?
Hey, I'm giving him hungry, bro. Secret sauce. I'm giving Jason the secret sauce.
You give him some of that secret sauce.
Secret Parmesan.
Yeah, no, it's a good topic, and it's something that I've been kind of put it on the back burner for at least a year and a half. I've been doing a lot of stuff on here. I got a lot of stuff. We didn't get into a lot of the stuff in here, but I think it's a great topic, and I think as someone that's 57 years old, and has seen different generations of parents and fathers, and now getting to see my kids being dads, and seeing the things that I instilled in them and how they're using those things now with their children. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But I do see a little difference in my boys. I do see a lot of my boys being a lot softer and a lot more understanding and a lot more open with their feelings,
Yeah, that's
which is
good,
cool,
man.
I love it. I know you don't need to be a hard ass all the time. And like my boys, they know. I use the phrase all the time, and they know it. And I feel bad now that I'm older that I use that phrase all the time, but why are you crying? No one died.
Yeah.
And I hated it. And back then, it was just something that I always said. Hey, why are you crying for? No one died. but now understanding how that kind of
it affects you, man. Yeah.
But again, just rub some dirt on it and it'll go away, But hey, we're out of here. Art, Julian, Hunter, and myself look into the camera and say goodbye to all the hot moms out there.
Shout out to all the hot
goodbye
moms.
to all the hot moms.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in. And we'll be back next week with a whole new topic. Actually, let me put this out there. I was thinking for the nerds. For the
hot nerds out there.
For the hot nerds that are part of this panel. I thought maybe we'd have a DC Marvel duel.
Oh, that's over.
It's I thought we would just dive into those two and pick a winner.
They're actually competing right now with Superman and Fantastic Four.
Exactly. That's why I brought it up. I said you got those two movies that are out right now. I'm kind of wondering to see which one's going to be. No one's going to beat Superman. I don't care what movie comes out the same time as Marvel stuff, but I don't even see. Okay, we'll get into this. We got to go, but I don't see even Wolverine competing with Superman.
Really?
If both of those two movies came out, I think Superman will out.
I'm the fuck out of here.
All right, look at the camera.
I don't even work tonight. I'm just the fuck out of here with that concept.
Look at the camera. Say goodbye, everybody.
All right, y'all. Have a good one.